away we go. Previously on Harbinger, our heroes went to a festival. Following a flying carrot, the party explored the cavalcade of merriment. Cove dyed his hair rainbow-colored, happy Pride Month. Juniper prevented Diedrich from buying firecrackers, and Raven had Lullaby do a little bite on him. Hardtack went off and bought some hats from Veronica, the proprietor of the festival. Diedrich noticed an ominous pair of figures enter, the masked guardian and Chare. The party snuck around to set a trap for their enemy. Hardtack banished Chare for 1 minute, just enough time for Cove to cast a magic circle to entrap him. And when Chare returned, an invisible raven cuffed him with dimensional shackles, preventing him from getting away. The Guardian cloned itself many times and battle began. Many of the clones were crushed by holy spirits. Juniper in flying snake form delivered the killing blow, but it only killed a fake version of the real Chare. After the battle, Veronica revealed that she was somehow involved in Chare's revenge. But what awaits our heroes? What new information will they learn about their hated foe? Find out right now on Harbinger.
It was
Thank you,
perfectly
Tyler.
timed again. How the fuck do you do that?
You're really good at that.
God.
It's impressive.
Thank you.
What's it like to plan ahead?
What's it? Several music degrees. All right, so yeah. So we are going to start out similarly as how we always start out with the fun facts, kind of, because we actually have some self-submitted fun facts today. Who was doing that?
Do you want me to? I can give the prompt.
Please, yeah, please do it. Please do
Okay.
it, because I remember loving it, and I just don't remember
So, what we wanted to do, because we were curious, is we want to know each character, if they were in, like, the world where a gas station would exist, they go into the gas station. What snack and beverage are they picking? It's very important.
Who wants to
And
go
we'll
first?
go in, whatever
we'll
order
start-
Tyler says.
We're gonna start with Hardtack.
The snack?
Yeah.
Plain
Hardtack the
salted
snack.
peanuts.
Ew.
Exactly.
I love that.
He doesn't get like a 40 or some shit.
It's not
But,
like Werther's
you can't
or
even have
something?
that.
No. Just, I know. I know. This is my one chance to be a peanut eater.
Oh, I see. Would it be peanuts and
Peanuts.
like a carton of milk?
Yes.
Awesome.
Whole milk.
Whole milk.
Warm
the
milk.
milkiest milk. And if he made extra money during a particular trip, half and half. Like he's like he really is
You're
trying to
gonna
get as much
drink
milk in as
that?
possible, you know.
I
I
love
do
it.
not like that.
That's incredible. All right, Hardtack, you're to the back of the queue. We will go to you last next session. Next up, Diedrich. What you got? What you got for me?
I think Diedrich is a hot chip gal. So I think Diedrich is getting flaming hot Cheetos, and for the drink,
Crime.
Crime? Was that what you said? The
Yeah,
drink is
it goes
crime?
hand in hand.
and
Alright.
and a lie. No. Wait, the drink is I think the drink is a Mountain Dew Code Red and flaming hot Cheetos.
Okay.
But also he
Great.
steals a pack of gum.
I just
Can we
need
tell
you to
you
know.
what we thought?
Yeah. I really want to
We
know.
thought Dietrich's.
I
thought
do.
The drink. We thought for a drink you were gonna get bug juice.
I forgot about bug juice. I would totally get bug juice. I forgot bug juice was a thing. Can I change my answer?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. Bug juice with like the fucking little like sippy cup lid and
Yeah,
everything.
It's got the little
Hell,
sippy. spout on it.
absolutely bug juice, 100%.
Perfect.
What was my
Great.
snack?
I think we were really focused on the bug juice.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
All right. So thank you, Diedrich.
Oh,
Cove, what would your drink and snack be?
I'm getting a light blue Gatorade
Hell yeah.
and Skittles.
A light blue
Oh.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
I like
yeah. That
Taste the
tracks.
rainbow.
Yeah. Just like your hair. Awesome. That was great. Raven, what would you do?
I think Raven. I made the joke earlier, and I'm gonna repeat it. That Raven's personality is just trauma. So there really isn't isn't anything that would lend her to like any kind of specific zone, other than, you know, maybe some lemonade and maybe like a pistachio or something. Like not
Single
candy,
pistachio.
not like just like a nut, you know. Yeah,
Nice.
that's about it.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. Juniper, what would your snack be and drink?
Yeah. Okay,
Alright,
okay. I think I have a thought. I think Juniper would probably combine the two. Okay, now hear me out. Do you know how sometimes gas stations have like a little hot coffee, like a machine?
Yeah.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like not even a machine. It's like a carafe. Of
Yeah,
hot
it's
coffee,
huge.
Like
Yeah.
ready to roll. Okay. I think Juniper would see like, you know how sometimes they also have like ready to go like sandwiches and salads and stuff, and they don't.
They're
get
questionable.
Those
they
sandwich-
don't look good. Yeah.
Food poisoning in a
I
saran
think
wrap.
Juniper would severely misunderstand the situation and attempt to make a soup of ingredients from sandwiches and salads in the hot coffee thing. And
No.
probably hopefully use some magic to make it healing. Easy. That's what we're here for, right?
Oh,
Does it
boy.
taste good?
Healing big gulp.
Oh.
It probably tastes pretty great, I would say.
That is the
Is
big
there-
gulp. Not like the cup, like the thing that you do,
Not
the
this
camping
all that you
thing.
need.
Yeah, not that big gulp. The
Caffeine and vegetables. What else
do
is
you,
there?
chat, do you guys know what big gulp is? I think
Yeah.
Bella should
They weren't
explain
there.
They weren't there.
it. Bella,
Do you want to come camping with me?
explain the big gulp,
Oh boy.
please.
Okay, have you ever? One thing about me, actually, I've been thinking a lot about
One
this today.
thing
Is
about me is
I love sustainability and also the environment and Earth tons a lot. Okay, and
Is this
I
Juniper or Bella? I'm really
both.
confused.
I
Okay.
practice leave no trace like it matters a lot because it does. And one of the principles of leave no trace is when you go like when you go camping, you cannot leave your, well, it's not a principle, but a thing that you have to do with leave no trace is when you go camping and you eat when you're out camping, you can't leave food scraps around because then it'll impact local wildlife bad. So if you eat out of a bowl, you can't like clean your food and like leave it in the, like you can't leave like water from that in the forest, or you
Gray
shouldn't.
water.
That's bad. So the options that you can do for cleaning are lick your bowl. That's a pretty common one, works well. Or do the #big gulp TM, which is where you put a little bit of water into your bowl and you use your little thingy and you clean out all the stuff in your bowl, okay, and then you drink it.
It's the big gulp.
It's really
Oh.
not bad.
I like the
I-
thingy dip part.
Got a little nauseous listening to that.
It's really genuinely not bad. Okay, and
Leave
then
no
you
It's
trace.
just whatever you
for next
ate,
time.
right?
It's just
TM,
whatever you
TM,
ate.
Watered
TM,
down
TM.
whatever you ate.
You know what? I'm really happy for you.
I was telling
TM.
Sarah about
And that's leave
that,
no trace. Thank
and
you.
she actually was like, she like actually retched a little bit.
It's genuinely
It's
not
important. It's important, y'all. You don't want to leave macaroni and cheese in the fucking woods. Like you
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
would never leave any macaroni and cheese ever.
That's true.
Bad. Yeah.
Man of principle.
But I mean,
Okay.
like, the thing
The
is
big
that, like,
lick.
You have to have a clean bowl for next time you have a meal. So you have to either lick or gulp.
All right. Well, so on that, we're gonna start.
Oh wait, real quick, Tyler. Can
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
say,
go ahead. Go ahead.
it's
Ken.
very important that you know that me and Ariel also had an answer for Mikhail.
Oh.
What is
okay.
Mikhail's?
Yeah,
We
all right.
agreed
Well,
that
what did
Mikhail
Mikhail get?
is in fact not getting a snack, but is going to double fist have a Red Bull and a coffee to deal with everyone.
That's actually really accurate.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's really accurate. Actually, I think I have
I'm just
answers
worried now
for
that she might be
all-
drinking the soup coffee.
Yeah. No,
you don't-
no, she would probably bring her own, like,
In like a
coffee
thermos.
and be like, she'd bring her own like beans that are already ground up, and she'd be like, I need you to make this. And yeah. And also I'm buying a Red Bull.
I love her so much.
Yeah. Wow, I think I have answers for every prominent NPC.
We're
That's
Can't wait
waiting.
for you to make a gas station.
That's not
Anyway,
relevant right now. All right,
Rapid
so
fire.
we open up.
What is Chares? I just want to know what Chares is. That's
All
the
right,
only
all right,
one.
You know what? Okay,
Okay,
I'll
thank
rattle them
you.
off real quick.
Okay,
All
I'm ready.
All Okay, so Mikhail would not get a snack. She would get the Red Bull, and she'd bring her in her own beans and be like, boil some water and make this. Chare would get Pop Rocks, exclusively pop. Actually, no. Chare would get Mentos and soda, and he wouldn't eat or drink it. He would just throw it in, close it, throw it at the guy, and leave. Who else? Who else is there? Linnea would probably get a Monster, and her snack would be beef jerky, probably. Like the
It does seem like aggressive people drink Monster, right?
yeah, like a 10-pack of beef jerky. Vera would not be in a gas station. Yeah. All right.
I love
that's
that
all I'm doing.
so much. This is the new like chart of alignment. Is what would you get at the
What
gas
you would get
station?
at a gas station.
Yeah. Harkin would get M&Ms and a
Mini or regular?
he'd-
Sorry, that's a very important question.
No, actually, no, that's a good point. Harkin would ask for crispy M&Ms, and then upon learning that they don't make them anymore, he would get very upset and order regular M&Ms, and then he would get he would probably just get a water. Lysander would probably get a like a green tea, a flavorless green tea, and probably and mixed nuts. And then Mel would get trail mix and a probably Dr. Pepper.
Oh hell
That's what I'm doing.
yeah!
All right,
You mean
Okay,
barbecue
alright.
soda?
Yeah.
Amazing. A barbecue soda. Okay,
Swablin would
I'm
get
sorry that.
nothing.
Oh yeah! Oh!
Because he's dead.
Unless he's dead.
R.I.P. Swabbling.
All
This
right.
is what I would get.
Tyler!
If I had one.
All right, so we open up back exactly where we left off
Okay.
in the
Which
fair.
was.
yeah.
Veronica's festival.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
There
that. I'm just
are
making sure everyone else did.
oh, of course. There are small craters in the ground where the guardians had exploded.
Mm-hmm.
There are small shards of their masks everywhere. Children, Fey children, are panicking, running out of the festival, pushing past you, screaming, vanishing. Veronica has just told you, and I'll tell you one more thing. I know exactly where they all are. She looks around her festival, and she says, and it would appear that this festival is no more. Its location has been compromised, and I am now being hunted. So, I will accompany you on this journey to find the rest of my former compatriots. It's quite far.
Do we need her
However-
to lead us? Do we need her to take us?
Do you know?
Why would we let you accompany us?
Do you
Yeah,
know
bitch.
where Vane Payne is?
Do
Do you know who Vane Payne is? Hmm?
Who's Vane Payne,
Do
Bessie?
you?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought, darling. We're going to take.
Why can't you just give us the information now? Why would we trust you to stay with us?
Yeah.
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 We'll just take you. Let's just take her as a prisoner.
Why would we keep her with us, slowing us down? Give us the information.
I will give you the information in piecemeal, because I do not wish to be hunted by a crazed fae.
Oh, okay.
Last
so
time
you
I
want
checked.
give you protection for free for what?
In exchange for the
Fix up
information
this
that you
mess
seek.
that you made?
I was only hired to ruin this fae's life.
Isn't he ruining yours?
He's attempting to end it, which I suppose would ruin it. So yes,
Who hired you? Wait, sorry if I
Chari?
did I know this already.
Chari?
Sorry.
I was hired by Oberon,
No,
King of the
Oh.
Fae.
That's what she was.
Oh.
That's who she was hired to ruin. Yeah. Okay.
I
Hired
was
to ruin
hired
Chari.
by Oberon to track down Chare and his child, and we had found him, and then Oberon came and plucked something out of the child's heart, thus killing it, banished Chare to the Shadowfell for however long he's been there.
Wait, Tyler, do I not remember this part of Chara's child having his heart plucked out? I don't remember that at all.
So yeah, it happened.
I don't
So
think
in
you
the
know.
at the end of the one shot that we ran,
Yeah.
Chare he'd like begged the mercenary group to not do this, and then everyone was like, no, we're doing this. And so then Oberon
shit.
showed up, ripped something out of the entity that you were hunting,
Yeah.
and then it died, and then he banished Chare to the Shadowfell, paid the party, and then left.
R.I.P.
That was the
Right.
villain one shot.
Yeah, that was the villain one
Mhm.
shot.
Damn.
So she says, I'm going with you. This is the price. This is the exchange. I travel with you, and I give you the information. I take you to my compatriots. Hopefully, Chare hasn't killed them at this point, but the longer we spend arguing, the more time he has. So, it's up
If
to
you
you,
try
darling.
anything with us, just so you know, I will not hesitate for even a moment.
I could have those guardians turn on you in a second.
Of course you can, darling.
Artak
she,
just like blasts a little, does his little Eldritch Blast again.
Are you doing a threatening
like
little
straight into
shout?
the air, but making direct eye contact with her.
You just
Yeah.
out into the air. Yeah.
And then I just
Um,
point the other hand like at her and just say
Yeah.
like, I know they say it's rude to point, but I'm gonna point at you until we get there.
Let's go.
Yeah, so she says, I know that you don't trust me, and quite frankly, that's smart, but you can trust that I will act in my own interests. Right now, my interests align with yours.
Okay, that's great. Let's
You know
go.
what? Yeah. We'll
I
just have a
don't-
hostage. It's fine. I
It's
didn't mean to
fine.
click that.
Silence.
What are you thinking about over there, Cole?
Silence.
I was just looking at stuff. Don't worry about that.
So she begins to wave her arms in a circle, and as you do, you see this dark green energy, similar to Juniper's when she casts her spells, but this looks corrupted and sickening. As she does, all of the stands, they begin to fold themselves up. The tables begin to shrink into these tiny little, like, pizza-sized tables. And the octopus that's dealing drinks just withers and crumbles into dust.
Jeez.
Oh,
The
no.
the lil fella that was in charge of the petting zoo,
No.
he also just shrinks into a tiny little figurine and freezes. The Griffey rides, all of the creatures, the cages shatter, and the creatures just run away, running rampant.
Okay.
All of the attendees shrink into these tiny little figurines that slowly mechanically march up to Veronica as she opens her hand, and they just crawl into her hand, and she closes her hand, and they vanish.
Cool.
She says, now, this will take quite a bit of time, so I suggest we take the safest mode of transportation that I am aware of. And she raises her hand up into the air, and you notice that as she does, it loses its youth, and it becomes that crone hand, her true hand. She reaches up into the sky, and this brilliant beam of white light launches out of her hand. You notice that it's coming from some kind of amulet that she's holding. Within moments, a great shadow hangs over all of you. And you see in the sky a huge island. At first, or at least at first it looks like an island. You notice fins coming out of the island. It's slowly sinking down towards you until it gets to about maybe 100 feet above you. And a big long ladder drops. You notice that this island is a flying turtle.
Is it Toyo?
She says,
No fucking way.
points up, she says, this is the safest route that I'm aware of for non-Fae to travel around the Feywild. More specifically, it is a flying inn for travelers.
It's an
I've
inn?
taken it several times. Yes, it is
But
an
it's a
inn,
turtle.
darling. Of course, that's incidental.
What do you mean it's incidental?
Incidentally, this inn is on the back of a large flying turtle.
Does it hurt him?
I don't know, darling. Do you speak turtle? I certainly don't.
During this whole
Diedrich
conversation,
looks at
Cove is so excited
Juniper.
he's already climbing.
Cove's already climbing. Okay.
Diedrich looks like Juniper. Can it hurt him? Is he okay?
I don't know.
Okay. I guess we're doing
Okay,
this.
great.
And then he just like hardtack starts climbing.
Yeah, I just start climbing. Yeah, so you all begin climbing the ladder.
Can I get like
Oh.
can I get like to the point where like you're like eye contact with the turtle?
I didn't mean to click that.
That's fine.
Welcome to my life.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta
Juniper
stop
just
putting spells
Set
in
it
the
on
chat.
fire.
I actually genuinely
not
didn't click where
very-
that was on. I clicked the top of my character sheet, so that was a little.
Fairy fire, baby. This
I don't know
episode.
why that happened.
This episode is called Foreskin.
I clicked nowhere near that. I think I'm possessed. Anyways,
Okay.
I guess
God.
I just
want
wanna make eye contact.
Fire. Oopsies. It's
Oopsie.
the possession.
So you climb the ladder.
Can I make eye contact with the turtle, please?
So the turtle, yeah, the turtle, like its eyes are, like its head is sticking out. It's like all the way on the other side of where
Alright.
the ladder is. You
Okay.
probably could once you reach the top.
Okay.
You think, or maybe like once you get higher up on the ladder,
Okay.
you'll probably be able to make eye contact because it looks like the land mass on top of the turtle is larger than the turtle itself.
Cool.
So
Okay.
it looks like the turtle's underneath it, just
Yeah, yeah,
flying
yeah.
around.
Cool. That's
How
awesome.
does my
actually.
wolf get on the turtle?
That's a good question.
On your
Uh,
back.
You
I
hoist
have
it
two.
up.
Yeah,
I
on your
have two
shoulder.
theories, but I have a question of
Yeah.
like how logistically, because I feel like I never remember the size of my wolf, and I can never do what I am thinking about doing. But
Ew.
so do I like almost knapsack my wolf? Like do I
You
like
could.
baby wrap, but like
Yeah.
my wolf? Like,
You
on
could
my
Yeah.
do
back?
that. You could do that if you
Or-
want.
Isn't it just
do
like a
I, like-
scarf?
I like tie a little thing, and then I go
Pulley.
up and then do like a pulley
Pull 'em up.
method, and I like pull my wolf up. Like I feel
So-
like this is important.
I love
need
both
to
of
know.
those.
Veronica
Mhm.
is not climbing the ladder. She conjures a dark storm cloud underneath her that is just slowly levitating upward. And if you want Lullaby to go on that cloud as well, then that also works. Or you could
that's
backpack him
fine.
or do a pulley system. It's totally up to you.
Baby
That's
Bjorn
fine.
the wolf.
I think the size of my wolf makes it a little bit difficult to do that. Can I just look at the cloud and look at her and then just be like, can you help him, please?
So she looks rather disdainfully at Lullaby, and she gives like a contemplative sniff, or a contemptuous sniff.
Mhm.
Contemptuous.
And she says, "Is he house-ridden? Will he urinate upon my cloud?
Only if you ask nicely.
I shan't ask nicely." And she points next to her with a very well manicured long fingernail, and she says, "Come here, wolf." And
Say please.
I refuse. And Lullaby just slowly pads over, sits on the cloud begins levitating, and you all get upstairs.
Thank you.
Getting up to the top of this flying inn.
Toy build.
Oh my
So,
god. this
firstly-
is so cool.
So firstly, you do notice that this flying turtle is... It looks as though this were built on the flying turtle. Firstly, there are 4 very large windmill-like structures. You notice that they seem to be generating... They aren't spinning because of the wind, they seem to be generating on their own. What's more, there is a very different looking creature standing at the front of the inn.
He's
Friends.
Oh
gorgeous.
Hey, you're coming home with me.
So he is he looks like a big anthropomorphic hippo. He's got a blunderbuss. He's got a big
Yeah, he
pipe and a
does.
monocle, and he looks up at all of you. He seems to be cleaning his blunderbuss, and he's in a
Hey, yo.
big rocking chair. And he looks up at you. He says, "Oh well, welcome Welcome, travelers. Welcome to the Freebird.
I love him.
He says, he slowly stands up. You hear the creaking, the groaning of the chair as he sets his big hippo feet down and he starts slowly walking towards all of you. You notice that his hands and his feet don't alternate when he walks. He walks same foot, same arm forward. And he says, "My name is 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆 𝕺𝖓𝖆.
Say that again.
𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆 𝕺𝖓𝖆.
Did you spell that?
I'll put it into chat, yeah.
Thank you. For all of us that are kind of illiterate.
Yeah, no, it's
Sam
fine.
Can I record you saying that and then play it backwards?
That's, you know what? You
It got
spelling
more
it.
confusing when
You
you
spelling
spelled
it made it worse. You honestly, you putting it in the chat is so much worse.
𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆
Sis.
𝕺𝖓𝖆.
I'm
name
just gonna.
is-
Can I call him Gib?
You can call me Gib if you want. That's totally fine.
Not Butt
Can I
Spot.
call you
Oh my
Sief?
God.
You can call me Sief if you want. A lot of people call me Seth.
Seth.
But yeah, a lot of people call me Seth, but that's neither here or there. Well, where are we going today, folks? I noticed that none of you are Fae, which is one of the rules, actually.
Wait, you
Of
can't. You
the-
can't be Faye up here.
Yes, this is specifically.
Oh, okay.
So I used to be an adventurer, going out about, and I realized after my party got lost and we went our separate ways, I said, you know what the Feywild really needs? It needs a big traveling hotel, traveling inn for people much like yourselves that need a place to stay that's safe from all the weird face stuff that goes on around here.
What kind of weird stuff?
Is he?
Oh, I'm sure you've seen some weird stuff around here. There's Fae that love to some they eat your eyes and they make deals, and you can't eat the food, and this actually, we only have food here from the material plane, so we don't deal in things that might be dangerous to all of you.
So how do you get back and forth between the Fae world and the human world so easily?
Well, I don't
Or in the-
actually.
Real world.
I haven't left the Feywild in a great many years.
How do you
I'd
get the
say.
food?
I trade for it. I
Cool.
have people that come and give food. That's actually part of. They come here, and they exchange their services for room and board here.
Cool.
And actually, that comes to my next point. As I'm sure Veronica may or may not have told you, there are no staff here. This place magically, I've paid a great deal for it to magically anticipate most of your needs, but you won't be paying with gold or any of the weird stuff that the Fae like to trade in. Well, your service here will be paid for in service yourself. There's various things that we need to be taken care of: cleaning, chopping wood, cutting up food, things like that, cleaning of making the beds, doing laundry.
Make
So-
your beds with what?
You yeah.
She doesn't know what making a bed is.
He looks at you for like a long moment and he says, "Well, I'll be." And he says, "I'm gonna. You don't have to do that job.
I'm pretty competent. I
good
can
elf
probably
friend."
make beds. It just depends on the material. I don't.
Don't worry. We'll show them what to do. Did you
Great.
found this place? Did you like is this like you did this?
I did. I realized after a long time that the Fae can be really dangerous, and it's got a lot of weird rules that not everybody knows about. So I figured this is as good a place as any. And then I found this giant turtle.
Where'd you
and-
find the turtle? Where can I find the turtle?
Does it hurt the turtle?
No, it doesn't actually. So this turtle, funny story. So this turtle, he was born on the elemental plane of water, made his way over to the Feywild, a little hatchling. I rescued him from a couple of harpies that were trying to find him, cook him up, and eat him. And of course, I didn't realize how big he was going to get. But eventually he got too big for for my pocket, if you know what I'm saying.
Diedrich winks at him, no context, like I do, but does not offer any context.
Yeah, he just like kind of looks at you a little weird for a second, and he says, "Ah, look at me, I'm rambling again. Well, why don't I'll let you all get settled. You find out whatever room's open, you take it. You like it, you see it, it's yours. You sleep in it, or don't.
Before he can finish that sentence, Diedrich is running off,
just sprinting into the hotel. He's
like
oh,
a little
right.
like a little kid in like a new house in like at the beginning of a horror movie. He's like running around exploring. You know what I mean?
Great.
Cool. Wait, can I ask you one more question? Would we know that like anima I can't say the word.
Anthropomorphic.
Thank you. Is Fae or not?
So you why don't you roll me
Okay.
Roll me a history check, Diedrich.
Sure, Misty. Why
Do you know about history? Are you good at history?
I'm okay at history.
13. Yeah. So
Plus
in your travels, in your time in Sunhome, Diedrich, we do a quick little flashback of Diedrich sitting outside an open window of a tavern, and he's just chewing on a piece of old bread, and he hears from inside there are these two. Oh my god! I just burped. Alright, sorry.
Hey,
Are you okay?
really took the wind out of yourself there, huh?
Holy
yeah.
You get
shit!
Tums some Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah,
Out
man.
the way.
Someone get this man. Gonna puke. Holy shit!
You're
sorry.
perfect.
Thank you.
Oh god, I
Thank you.
missed you so much.
Great. So you recall
burping?
you recall these two adventurers talking in a tavern. One of them says, "I was going out. I found a hippo man," and then the guy he's talking to says, "Clyde, that's a 𝕃. That's what they're called. You can't just call them hippo men." And he says, "Oh, a fucking 𝕃. All right." So we see
Not
that little
GIF.
flashback. Not GIF. And you recall that this is not a Fae. This is a 𝕃.
Cool. Also, I really like his voice,
GIFF.
Tyler. Thank you.
Thank you. He's based on my friend Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Yeah.
I like that. We just did a hi Barbie.
He's a great man. So 𝕃𝖆 𝕾𝖊𝖆, he walks off to
Stop saying it.
The way it just rolls off your tongue.
So natural for you.
𝕃𝖆 𝕾𝖊𝖆.
You sound like a fucking sim.
Meanwhile, I feel like I'm having a stroke. God. It brought the
Azuzu.
So he goes off to a different part of the inn. Veronica looks at all of you. The storm cloud dissipates. Lullaby gets off the cloud, and she says, "Make yourselves at home, darlings. I know that I'm going to the latrine. Goodbye." And she walks in.
Go
I
piss,
just
girl.
want to say his name in all the different Sims like types of voices. Weird creative 𝕃𝖆 𝕾𝖊𝖆.
Stop! You have to stop.
Oh boy.
I have
gave
the
us
more
this
creative you
wonderful
are, the
hippo
more
man.
unhinged we are.
Look at
It's
that
like a
hippo
direct
man.
correlation.
I'm so sorry.
𝕃𝖆 𝕾𝖊𝖆.
So
I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
I'm not.
So we're gonna do a little light skill challenge. Very
Oh,
light.
no.
Oh,
A
God.
light skill
I got
challenge.
light skills.
Yeah.
You know what? I've never been to a music festival. And the people wear those glasses.
Holy shit.
I got light skills.
I'm
I'm
obsessed
not
with this
his
hippo
favorite
man.
anymore. I don't have to
She's
be
she's like this to fucking
Yeah.
to self-kill for Ripton.
So oh my god.
I can't fucking.
So you have a few
I got
things.
light skills.
You have a few options to choose from as far as what you want to do around here. There are bales of hay that need to be organized and put back. You notice that, and I'm gonna say that you do like a quick little roundabout tour of the whole place. The first thing that you notice is in this this barn area, that the bales of hay, many of them have come apart and they need to be reorganized, restacked together. So that's one job. Another job is you need to cut firewood. Chopping, there's a big axe over there. Another job is cleaning the dishes and doing like washing the sheets. That's another one. Another is you need to fluff out all the beds. You notice that the beds from last time are all disheveled. Someone needs to do that. And then finally, there is one of the windmills has a big tear in one of the sails.
I think Diedrich is gonna chop wood.
All right, great.
Are these windmills tall?
The windmills are they're quite tall, maybe
Perfect.
15 feet, 20 feet tall.
Dibs on dishes.
Okay, great.
Hardtack wants to fix the sail.
Nice.
What's
Okay.
left? Sorry.
So there's the
Fluff
bales
the
of hay
beds
need to
and
be.
then- yeah.
There's
Oh,
the
I'm dead set on beds.
there's the bed.
4 ravens doing the hay.
That's
Great.
fine.
Yeah.
Get in the
That's fine.
barn.
Actually, wouldn't it kind of make
Battery
sense for her to
60%.
go in the hay anyway? Because she's got a dog. Dog's
Yeah, that's
gotta
true.
go somewhere.
Oh, he's
Oh,
gonna roll into hay.
Yeah. So we'll start with.
Roll
We'll
into hay.
So we're gonna start with Diedrich. Yeah.
I'm so
Um,
sorry, Tyler.
That's okay. Look,
I just really
love,
missed you.
Do
I
you-
love young
we-
Frankenstein as much as the next guy.
Roll into hay.
So Diedrich, we'll start with you. I want
Okay.
you to give me an athletics check
Okay.
to see how well you chop this wood. Diedrich, you walk over. There's a big stump, several logs. You heft the big axe and you start chopping at this
Athletics or acrobatics? Sorry, athletics.
wood. Athletics.
You acrobaticsing with
Oh,
an axe.
come on, Tyler! Tyler!
You did that.
Tyler!
You chose it.
Almost everything about this is your fault.
No.
Well, if it isn't the
No.
consequences of my own actions.
So Diedrich, you
I'm
chop.
gonna disappoint the hippo.
You consistently get almost like a quarter into this.
Oh my god, Kenny! Kenny, are you okay?
Sunday, what did you
Oh
do?
my god! They had to
Disappointed
hit
the
the
hippo.
mic!
Oh shit! Wow. All right.
This is
Anyways.
the most chaotic,
This is-
cursed as.
This is the most chaotic episode that we've ever had.
I
Foreskin
think-
episode.
Jesus.
What is going on with us? Okay, I'm so sorry.
So Diedrich, you consistently get a quarter of the way into this wood every time you're chopping it. It just doesn't work. You're chopping splinters off. You do like a very bad job, but you chop the wood. It takes like several hours, but you
Okay.
chop all the wood.
Okay,
We'll move on. Actually, I'm gonna move you to there.
by the wood,
Boom.
right? Yeah. Okay.
By the wood.
Sounds good.
Raven, we'll do you next. We'll bring you and Lullaby over to.
I'm so ready for
to the hay?
organizing. hay.
So, there are a few different ways that you could go about this. You could
Yeah.
use survival if you want to try and scoop up the hay. You
Uh-huh.
can use investigate. You can use sleight of hand to try and use your deft hands to bring the hay back together. Lullaby goes over to one of the big things of hay and just starts like rolling around in it.
Cute.
Uh-huh.
And you notice that he gets up, he walks over to you, and he does like the big doggy shake where like it gets everywhere,
Amazing.
and he does a big old doggy sneeze.
Mhm.
I love him
And,
so much.
Yeah. So what would you like to use?
Okay, I'm so sorry. You
can-
gave me options of sleight of hand was one of them.
Sleight of hand is one. You
Okay,
could.
I'm gonna do that one, I think.
Great.
Because I think out of all of the ones that you said, that's my. Because you said investigation,
To try
sleight
and
of hand.
you could use survival if you want. really whatever skill you can justify, and that goes for all of you in this.
But
Whatever
I
skill,
can justify?
if you can justify it, and if it makes sense, then I will probably allow.
What if I take a look back? I perceive the best way to organize in the most efficient and effective way possible.
So you take a look at each bale of hay. All right. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Roll. Why don't you roll it, and then I will describe the success of it or failure. All right. So you
sevens all
you-
day,
There's
baby.
no.
you
Fine.
take a. You're sitting there. You're standing there. You look at the hay, and you begin to scoop it up. You observe that the hay is arranged in specific patterns, by length, by size, and you begin to arrange it. You wrap it up, and Lullaby just jumps into one of the bales that you did, and just it explodes. And you also take the better part of a few hours to get all of this hay together, because sometimes when you organize it, you'll finish organizing one and you'll move on to the next one. By the time you get to back, you'll see that Lullaby has just left all over
Puppy
it,
gets what Puppy wants, and
or
I'm fine.
peed in it, or like he's And
yeah,
so
you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
it takes a while. We'll go to.
I love that we're so bad at homesteading. Like we are born adventurers,
the
bestie.
simple stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cove, you get to. I'll put you on dish duty.
I'm back. I'm no longer dead.
I'm
Great.
so sorry.
Thank you, Cove.
The hippo comment really got me off guard.
So Cove, you see that the dishes are outside, but just barely outside. You notice that there's a big circular window to your left,
Mm-hmm.
and 𝕊𝖆𝖆 is just chopping stuff up. He's humming to himself. He has this like super deep baritone, like and he's humming. And there are dishes next to you. So Cove, you can use sleight of hand to try and do these dishes. You could also use. I mean, I'm gonna ask you for a sleight of hand, and if there's something else you want to do, then try and justify it.
So I'll do the sleight of hand first.
Ooh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Did I do?
Yeah.
Can I add a little flair to it?
Sure.
Because
Sure.
I
Cove is
want to
water.
use shape water
Mhm.
while I'm doing the dishes to make it almost like a dishwasher effect.
Can we get the Mickey Mouse Fantasia dishes, like bubbling scene and they're like floating, like
Oh.
putting themselves away and shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm actually just trying to mimic Hippo Man's song.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
incredible.
God, this is so fucking cute.
So you're like bum 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 bum, bum, and like you're shaping the water. You can give yourself a hero point, and
Pop off.
and you notice that once you're done, you do it in record time. You spin the dishes. You've got like the soapy water in one hand, it's spinning around. You toss it into the sink. Big splash. You catch the water as it splashes out. You bring it around to wash it off.
Around
Yeah.
town.
You bring it around town, and you notice that when you're done, 𝕊𝖆𝖆 𝕆𝖆 is his big hippo snout is poked out the window, and he's been watching you the whole time, and he's just been humming, and he says, "You know something? You kind of remind me of someone that I used to know."
Who
Who
would that be?
Oh, I had a merfolk in my adventuring party, and
Aw.
they did all the watery stuff that you did, and how'd you do that? How'd you do that?
I get it from my mom's side.
I'll be. What'll they think of next? You know, making water move around by itself. That's. I thought I saw everything, and he just like he slowly retreats back through the window and continues to like hum as he cuts vegetables.
If you kill this NPC at any point, I will kill you.
I need you to write a
You
book
just gave him ammunition.
immediately about this man's life. I want to know his adventuring party. I want to know what he's been doing. Like, I'm ready for the novel. Like, I love
save
him.
It. We'll do a one shot maybe of
Okay.
the party of we
Yeah,
go
Gibble
to
Rifton.
yeah we
the
cut
adventures
to
of. Sorry.
yeah we cut to Juniper. Juniper, you are in the sleeping quarters and there are several beds to make. Now, I'm going to call for... I hate to call for a sleight of hand again, but I feel like that's the most appropriate thing. Or an investigate. I will call for I will call for an investigate.
Yeah.
Because you don't... Because
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the assignment is now very different than what you thought
I need
it
to
was.
figure out what I need to do first.
Yes.
That's the important part. Because
And it's
obviously I
gonna
can make a
be-
freaking bed if I know what that is.
Right, and the DC
You
is
said
going to be
investigation?
higher than... Yeah, it'll be a
Not-
higher
not
DC than normal.
Perception, perchance?
If you can justify perception...
Okay. Here it is. Ready?
Okay.
I think that Juniper understands that the task is make bed, okay? That's it. That's the whole thing. And they know where the beds are, but that's mostly all they know. They don't really have a super strong grasp on what beds are, okay? So what I imagine is that they go into the room with beds
Okay.
thinking like, great, there's gonna be some supplies here, an example, I can make a bed. And then as soon as they enter and see not that, they have to like figure out what the hell is going on.
Right.
Do you know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So...
And that's
Okay.
why it should be perception. Because I don't think that she goes in there being like, yes, I am looking for instructions on how to make a bed. I think she goes in there thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna have supplies so that I can make beds.
Right.
And then sees something different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you observe... So I'll say that the perception... So, alright,
Please.
so the way the perception works is you're looking at something.
Right,
and you're just
exactly.
like, yeah. So I'm gonna say that you observe that these beds are already made.
Yeah.
They've already been constructed.
My understanding of
Yeah.
made has already happened, which is
Right.
not what I was expecting to see.
Yeah. And so now you need to figure out what it means to actually make a bed. Because right now you just see a bunch of beds that have already been made with a bunch of sheets
It
thrown
looks
on.
done to me.
Great. So, alright, so roll me a perception. You're gonna have a pretty higher difficulty than the rest
I
of the
got
party.
this. Please.
Yeah, so with a 13, so it
We are
takes you
so bad at this except for Cove.
it takes you a couple of hours because you actually deconstruct one of the beds and you figure like maybe I needed to remake it, and so there's actually a destroyed bed in one of the rooms now. And then you go over I'm gonna say that Veronica walks in when you're doing this. And she looks around, she says, Oh! What is this? What have you done to this darling bed?
I'm making the bed.
You are destroying the bed! My dear, this is the opposite of making beds. And she says, allow me to show you. And she raises a very well manicured finger with like a foot-long fingernail, and she begins to just move it into little circles. And as she does, the bed begins to like float and construct itself back together. She points at a blanket, and it just stretches itself over the bed. She moves a pillow over, and it fluffs itself and lands very daintily onto the headboard, next to the headboard. And she says, "That is how you make a bed, darling, and don't forget it, because if you do, I shall be very cross." And she just backs out of the
That
room.
was yours, just wondering.
She says, "That was my bed, darling.
Cool.
Do not destroy it again."
Okay.
And she begins to walk out, and you hear her mutter, "Oh, Veronica," and she just walks out. We cut to hardtack. This takes you several hours, Juniper.
Yeah.
We cut to hardtack. You get up to
Hardtack,
the cell.
please roll normally. Begging you.
I hope you
I would
don't.
like to say that Hardtack used spider climb to get
Cool.
up to the top of it, and
Okay.
at this point, he's like on the sail that's spinning,
Yeah.
but he's like kind of wrapped around it, just
Yeah.
trying to stick on as it's like
Yeah.
moving around.
Yeah. So we see hardtack. You open your hands, and the little divots, they sprout little suction cups, and you climb up to the top of the windmill. And the skill that I would like you to use is for, I mean, it's probably sleight of hand again. But
What
it's
about medicine? Because I learned how to stitch from
Oh, like
stitching up
suturing?
sailors.
Okay,
on
you know what?
The ship.
Yeah, I'll buy it. Okay.
I don't know if that's any better or worse than sleight of hand for me.
I
But
mean,
Isn't something
What's
you're
the
good
number
at?
next to
That's fine.
it?
it'll
Seems
work
like
out.
it's one better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
that's
great.
not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So hardtack, you climb up and you're trying to balance. You eventually get the hang of it. You're used to the wind in somebody's sails, and you stitch this up. It's, after all, what is this but just a big version of sewing up a wound? And you stitch it up. You bite the string off, or well, I don't know how you sew. And
I pour a little bit of alcohol on it, and then
yeah, you pour
yeah.
yeah, you pour a little alcohol on it, and you slowly climb back down. This goes on for several hours as you all are doing your busy work.
We're doing our part.
If mine was record time, does this mean everyone's still working on tasks and I'm just
Yes.
kind of sitting there?
Yes, that's absolutely what's happening. And you're sitting there. I'm gonna say that Kovh, you and 𝕊𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓 and then eventually Hardtack, are all sitting out on the patio.
Yes!
And
Patio with the
three of you-
hippo!
Yeah, and so you notice that
Amazing.
there are 2 regular-sized rocking chairs, and then there's like a giant reinforced rocking chair.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
𝕊𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖘𝖔 comes out. He's got a tray full, and it's got 7 drinks that are in these tall glasses. They each have a little umbrella and a straw
Cute.
and a couple of pieces of fruit on the rim.
Cute.
And they have different things. He says, "I made mojitos for
Oh
everybody
my
whenever they're done."
God.
And he puts the tray down on a rocking chair, and on a table next to the rocking chair, and he sits down. The groaning of the chair. And he lights up his pipe, and he begins toking. And he looks at you, Kovh, and he just like pats the chair next to him a couple of
I'm
times.
already sat.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sad.
I'm already there.
I'm
Yeah.
sad.
He sits down. You sit down next to him. Hardtack. You, I'd say maybe like 20 minutes into your.
Where
task,
where
you're
is this,
done.
Tyler, on the map? I want to zoom
So
in.
this, let's see where it is. So on the patio, we'll
Like the
have it
front?
be right in front, right
Okay.
out front. Yeah, I'm gonna move all of you there.
I want to zoom in
let's
on
see,
this
there's
moment.
Kovh,
It's so cute.
There's 𝕊𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖃𝖃, and then there is Hardtack. I'm gonna say Hardtack. I'll put you next to Kovh.
Cute.
He sits down, and you notice that the sun is beginning to set. Eventually, and you're just sipping on your mojitos, and he says, "You know, it's pretty nice that you all came. Good coincidence, I'd say, that you all came this day, because we're running low. There's gonna be something real cool tonight. It's pretty rare that you see it. So, I'm excited."
What is it?
Yeah,
Yep.
what's gonna happen?
yeah.
He says, well, so this ship, the turtle provides only half of the power that we need. This is a big piece of land, so sometimes the Feywild, it releases its own energy. You know, it's got so much of it, it can't contain it in the land. It can't contain it in all the plants. There's just so much of it everywhere. So what I like to do with these windmills, I've rigged it up myself. I'm an artificer, you see. I like to tinker with things, and I made these little contraptions to get to absorb that light and powers the windmills. And it's beautiful when you see it. I can't wait. I can't wait. You're gonna love it. I've made a very special stew that I like to have whenever it happens. It's gonna be great. It's got fish. I don't know. Are you okay with that? Kovh?
Go.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I didn't think about it before I started making it. I just realized I'm sorry. I didn't want to, if it was
for this man.
just a relative or something. So eventually it gets to be night.
Ooh. There you go.
I'm gonna bring you all back into the main
Oh,
food area.
the lighting change, bitch. That's so cool, Tyler.
Thank you.
Shut up.
You get inside.
Hello.
You get inside. There are
Ah.
big bowls of stew.
Whoa, the lighting changed. Sorry.
That's
little bit
the
delayed here.
and there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
I remember. So you get inside, and you're eating this stew. 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓, you each have like several helpings. This is delicious stew, prepared very well, and 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓, he even makes a vegetarian option for Juniper in case she doesn't want to eat fish or anything. And so eventually he stands up, pats his belly a few times, says, I must say, I do impress myself on the occasion. And he gathers up the plates and he says, Veronica, it's time for you to pull your weight now. You gotta go do these dishes. And she says, very well. And she conjures up a small cloud that the dishes go on, and she goes into the kitchen, and 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓, or I guess she goes outside. 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖃, he says, I'm gonna go whip up some dessert for everyone. I hope you like creme brulee. It's something that I thought of myself. You're gonna love it.
Oh my god.
And he goes into the kitchen, and the 5 of you, this is really the first downtime that you've had since the Feywild. Since you've entered the Feywild. I would like to give you all this opportunity to RP with each other. Because this is one of the last opportunities you will have to do so.
Where's everyone sitting? I want to know where you guys are all sitting.
Yes, yeah, you can all put your minis wherever you want. Amongst the table.
I'm so invested in this sitting.
The seating chart? I know. Me too.
Seating
Where's
chart?
everyone sitting?
Where are the doors?
Where are the
I think-
doors?
Well,
The
there's
doors?
like a staircase.
Oh, yes,
it's
like a big open hall.
Are these doors or windows at the backside?
At the backside, those are windows. Yeah, the only doors,
Like the front
Well,
door.
Well, is this?
there's the big double doors at the front, and then there are doors that lead into the kitchen. Over here, there's this is a little bar area.
What the fuck, Bella?
All right.
Okay.
Can I help you?
On brand.
Jennifer.
Ah, fuck.
Raven, are
Um,
you sitting at the table with us?
I think that I would be sitting on one of the ends of the table so that Lullaby can still be there.
Yeah. Okay.
So like maybe I can just go like here.
Yeah, perfect.
Lullaby. Yeah, Lullaby's
Hard
Everybody's
tech,
just
hard
staring at
tech,
hard
hard tech's on
Hard
the-
tag, and
Yeah.
then Juniper's like way over there.
That's perfect. Diedrich is scarfing down his food messily, and also he's thinking about like I don't know if he expresses any of this, but he definitely has like to the party like a level of contentment that you probably haven't seen in a really long time, because this has got homey ass vibes. Diedrich is low key thinking about leaving all of the adventuring behind to live here with Hippo Man and do chores, because he's just like so incredibly content. Yeah. So Diedrich has got like a twinkle in his eye. He's got food on his face. He's got bits of wood stuck in his shirt. And he is so like absolutely just blushingly happy.
That's great.
So, what I want to know, and this is me talking as Cove to the party.
Okay.
How does Veronica know this guy, the Hippo Man?
I think she's
Because
just
he's
not
so
fa-
nice.
I know. I think she's just a non-fae. So she's got to stay somewhere.
I guess, but
Maybe
I
we can
can't
ask
imagine
him.
her doing many chores.
Where is Veronica, by the way?
She's
So
doing
Veronica
dishes.
is doing dishes outside.
Okay.
Go outside.
Yeah, and you hear. I'll say that in the silence, once you've put your spoons down, you're waiting for dessert. You do hear splashing and Veronica just cursing, and then you hear the sound of like this like flamethrower.
Oh my god,
As
the
𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆 is
blowtorch.
Aw.
caramelizing the sugar, And he says, "Don't worry, I'll be right out. I'll be right out. Just give me 2 minutes. I gotta let the sugar cool."
Take your time, Pops.
Thank you.
Yes, chef.
Yes,
Hardtack
chef.
just kind of like sitting there, and he's like looking to either side of him, and then he's like looking across the table, and he tries to very nonchalantly like smell his armpits. To be like, what's going on?
So, Chef Gib, he comes out with the dessert, puts it out in front of all of you. Or he doesn't. He says,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he has it on a tray, and he says, "Now, so normally we would eat in here, but there's a very special event tonight that I wanted all of you to share with me in. So I've set up several chairs out on the patio. You know, they're around a big table. We can all eat it and look at each other if you want, and then you can look at this beautiful spectacle that's about to happen outside."
As
Let's
soon as he
go.
says that, Cove is already running to the chair that'll be next to the biggest chair.
Great.
I just want to get my spot again.
Amazing. So you go out. I'm just gonna arrange you all around here.
Come here. Come on.
Juniper.
Tyler literally just said he's gonna
Juniper.
arrange us.
Juniper.
Juniper, come on. Juniper.
I was being respectful
Juniper.
and allowing
Thank you.
myself to be
Great.
arranged. Do y'all not
Steve.
listen?
Juniper.
Incredible.
That was in character. Hardtack was just trying to get Juniper to come join everybody.
Amazing. So as you're sitting there, you notice that the chairs are all arranged so you can all sit around each other, and CF Gib leans back with his tiny spoon and his creme brulee, and he says, I don't mean to pry, but what brings you all here to the Feywild?"
Before we answer, can you? My brain will not stop thinking about if this creme brulee that CF Gib has is like CF Gib size, or if it's our
No,
size.
it's
So
a
he's
regular
got, like-
size.
So
He's just got like
just
one
sitting there, like,
nail
He's got
thumb.
a tiny little
Yeah.
spoon with an elongated handle that he's just he
A
taps
fancy
it,
man.
taps it, and it cracks the sugar, and he just takes like a little bite.
Perfect.
Amazing.
He's
I needed
perfect.
that detail.
He's literally
Yeah,
perfect.
no problem. Yeah.
If,
So he
if
says-
anyone cares to know, Diedrich is almost already done and is licking the inside of the bowl.
Amazing. He says, "So what brings you all to the Feywild? I imagine it's very difficult to get here. You all
Wait,
seem
while
like
Diedrich is licking the inside of the bowl, can Juniper just try to explain the big gulp? You could lick the inside of your bowl, but now hear me out. If you really want to get it clean,
Diedrich is starting to finger the leftovers in the creme brulee bowl.
Oh my
Don't
God.
say
hang
that.
on a minute. That is not how I described it, Diedrich.
Okay, but as you're describing how it's done, Cove's just gonna have a little bit of water that he's just swirling around inside of the bowl now.
I think
He's
Hardtack
preparing.
responds to CF Gib.
Sorry.
Well,
I love cleanliness.
it all boils
Diedrich-
down to
Yeah.
somebody who's been with us for quite some time and now is not. You might have heard of him. His name's Chare.
Yeah, Diedrich threw a
I've-
lick. Is
I
like,
have no idea who
son of a bitch. Threw a lick.
He must have done something real rough to all of you to bring you out here. This isn't an easy trip. I know, believe me.
Well, I think the worst part about it is that for the 3 months that he was with us, he was the one we were ultimately fighting against, and he was with us for 3 months.
We
And then,
trusted him.
poof, he's gone.
You trusted him.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. That sounds terrible.
Terrible.
And y'all seem like an eclectic group of adventurers. You know, I rarely encounter genasi at all. And tieflings, you know, 2 tieflings, elf, a human. Not to mention that furry feller over there. I
Aw.
gotta say, I'm so curious.
I don't think I'm that furry.
God damn it.
Bravo.
Sorry.
That's what they call me.
CF, he just like chuckles and he shakes his head. He says, "Oh well, I'll be." And he takes a toke from his pipe. He exhales it through his nostrils. These big
Yo.
curls of smoke, and
It's giving Gandalf, and I am so into it.
like hippo Gandalf.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so he he looks at. So I guess yeah, he looks at Start out with he looks at Diedrich.
Okay. I was going to say, I think Diedrich is not very tight-lipped. And he just starts rattling the story off. But it's from his perspective, so it's definitely a little skewed.
It's wrong.
Yeah, so like a lot of it is wrong. I mean, I think that like it's also like I'm gonna try to do it. Yeah, I was just a dude. He's still like licking the bowl. You know, honestly, I was just this like guy, and I was, you know, just born in Sunhome, and I was just doing this cool thing. And then you'll never believe it, but another tiefling comes up, challenges me to a thing in Sunhome, and we won. It was awesome. And he just starts talking about the and he starts pointing at
Here's
everybody.
his forces,
Badger,
yeah.
Smasher, or I was Smasher, and oh my God, what were the other two?
No, I was
Archer.
Smasher.
Archer,
Archer,
Smasher, Thunder,
s-
Badger.
Badger! Yeah. Okay. Archer, Smasher. Yes, he's like pointing. He's pointing, and he is just incoherently telling this story, but he has got the biggest goddamn twinkle in his eye. He's very proud. And
I keep
he's got creme
imagining
brulee.
a kid who had too much sugar.
Yeah,
and is just,
absolutely.
like,
Yes.
not actually finishing sentences, but just like
Just
and then
trailing
this
off.
happened,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and then
wanted to
trailing
leave,
off.
But like,
Oh, but you
oh
also
my
need to know
God.
this so I can tell the rest of. Yeah, absolutely. It's very.
And
It's
reminder to
80
everyone, this is the tallest person in our party.
Yeah, this is the 6'19"
We
year
have a
old.
giant
Yeah.
toddler.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's very. Yeah, I mean, he's like, he's fucking grinning, man.
Awesome. Yeah. So CF Gibb, he leans back, and he says, "That's quite the story there, young man. Seems like you've made a name for yourself. That's real nice. I respect that. I made a name for myself here, but this isn't HARBINGER again. This isn't about old CF Gibb. You done a good.
Tyler, you better be careful, because I will make this whole episode about CF Gibb if you're not careful. Buddy, I'll ask all the questions if we want to know. Okay. I'm sorry. I won't.
No, that's fine. He says, "I bet you're real proud of yourself, young man."
Diedrich like stops licking the bowl and he looks down in his hands. I think I am proud of myself.
He
Shock.
Yeah, he slowly gives a nod, and he looks over, cranes his neck over to Raven, and he says, "That's a fancy bow you got there. Where'd you get that?" Do you want me to remind you where you?
Is it a different bow than the one we got from Tom? Like I'm feeling. I thought my current bow is from Kenai Tom, but I feel
It's
like
either
that's not
that
as
or-
funny of a story.
I believe Lysander might have given you the bow.
Yeah, I
Was
think
it the bow that he gave me?
I
Gave you
think
something.
A bow from the bow.
foreskin.
Hey,
I believe it's from Lysander.
Well, for
Was it
story's
whenever he was
sake.
teaching like the double shot?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
Is that what the
Yeah.
kids are calling it these days?
I have a villain point now. That's what's happening.
That's fair. That's
Nice.
fair. That's fair.
I get it.
Is
You
it?
earned it.
Thank you.
I think
I'm gonna put
We'll
it in
run with
chat.
it.
It's official. Tyler, villain
I
points.
think I might have made a.
Okay.
I'm protesting.
Yeah, I made one. Yeah.
Okay. I think Raven gets like very bashful and like gets like red cheeks and like looks down and I was gifted this by someone very special to me. And then like that's it. Like not Raven is not talking.
So he says, all right, I'll back off. It looks like a nice bow, and it seems like you take really good care of it. I don't see a single scratch on that thing.
It's good to take care of things that I can't talk. I'm so sorry. I think she just nods.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
she's so
I'm gonna
cute
say
when
that
she
you
blushes.
that was in character.
Yeah, she's so cute when she blushes, man.
He says, you know, I as a matter of fact, I agree. And he pulls out a little pocket watch, and he kind of twirls it around, and it says, "I love you" in like a very crude carving. He says, "I keep this on me every day," and he says, "I understand." Tucks it back in his pocket. He says, "You know, I've found that when we have something to protect, it makes us stronger. You know, and you know, seems like you got a whole lot to protect, and that's a-okay in my book."
I think she like looks to the whole group and just like nods.
Nice. He angles at Hardtack, and he says, "I know an old sea dog when I see one." I bet you got some wild stories out on there in the deep blue.
Oh, I've kind of forgotten all those at this point.
That's so.
Well, it's some things happen and changes your perspective on what's important. You know, I've been with this lot here for however many months it's been. Hard to remember all the other faces and names of all the crews on the ships that I've captained over the years, but I think I'll remember these lot. Do you have any kids?
So, for the first time, 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔 stops smiling. And, he looks down for a second, and, then he looks back up, and he says, yeah, my son.
Where's he at?
Seems like a strained relationship.
You know, you can't make someone do what you think is right. Even if you know in your heart that it's the right thing, it's the right path, and you know they're making a bad choice, but you gotta let them fly. And you know, it breaks your heart sometimes, but that's just how it is, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. More recently than I would have hoped, I've discovered I have a daughter. Or you're a seafaring folk. Yeah?
Well, I'm
You've got a flying
Skyfaring.
turtle in the air.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
ship like I've ever
I
seen.
guess this is my sea, big open air.
Well, have you ever heard of somebody called 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓?
Can't say I have. Watch.
Was it 5 Corsairs or 4 Corsairs?
Five.
5 Corsairs.
5. What about the 5 Corsairs? No.
5 Corsairs. look, everyone's got all these fancy names
I
all
know.
the time. I don't.
I'm Grog Blossom, you know what I mean?
Frog Blossom. Look. I just chose a real simple thing and kept with my own name. So I don't.
It may not have been the best
Simple.
choice, but could have come up with a nickname.
Chef Ghiblarifton.
That's right.
Chef
That's right.
Ghiblarifton.
Yeah.
Much easier to remember than the 5 Corsairs or the 12 peacocks or the 10 forest animals or whatever. I don't keep track of that.
Did you
It's too
know
much.
that Chef Gib backwards is Big Phase?
Is it? Cool.
Oh, is
Cool.
that? Wait.
All right.
Well, it doesn't necessarily matter who she is or what she's called, but I had heard of her before I knew she was my daughter.
Well.
Have you ever felt afraid of what you might have created and what you might have done to put them in that position?
It was a long time ago, but sometimes I'm afraid of the things I should have said, you know?
Things you should have done,
Yeah.
things you shouldn't have done.
Yeah. But I guess that's the deal with getting old. You know, you got a lot more time to think about things that happened, or things that didn't happen.
But
Gotta
not
keep-
enough time to make it all right.
Ain't never enough time. That's what I've learned. Gotta live in the present. Gotta love what you do now. He turns to Cove, and Hardtack, I'm gonna say that you're. I'm gonna give you each time to do your own thing, but he turns to Cove, who's right next to him, and he says, "So how do you get mixed up in all this?"
Well,
Diedrich
Said
I-
yells before you can answer. He came out of our bag.
Is that a newfangled expression the kids are saying these days? Came out of a bag? Does that mean, like, you do drugs or something? I don't
nope. Literally out of a bag.
Wow,
I was
literally out of a bag.
stuck in a bag of holding, and
Bag
they
of
helped
holding.
me out.
Well, I'll be. I didn't know that people could live in a bag of holding. I always thought they'd run out of air. Or I guess, I'm sorry, ran out of water, before they got out. But that's wow. That's impressive there, son.
You know, I'm glad they came when they did, or else I probably would have ran out of air and water and everything in between.
Wow. And he eyes your holy symbol, and he says, "Man of the cloth. It's nice to devote yourself to an ideal, I find."
I decided that I needed to go towards the path of being a life cleric and worship St. Cuthbert.
St.
Try to-
Cuthbert.
Mhm.
I know that guy. Big old balance. I love it. That's he's got some good stuff. I find that in my experience, people that have gone on to follow him, they've typically, I find, it's been 2 reasons. Firstly, their parents did it. That's what they do. Down the line it goes, and so on. And then there are the people that come in that weren't from before. That's typically a real good reason for that.
I am part of the second. I did something bad, and along the way of trying to fix things, I found the people that worship St. Cuthbert.
What did you do?
I may have killed someone on a dock late at night back home. And I regret it every day, and I try to fix it every day. It's kind of a once in a lifetime thing where you might accidentally kill your own dad.
You killed your own dad?
It was late at night on a dock. I was walking while reading. Someone bumped into me, and once you get made fun of for looking the way you do, sometimes you might just snap.
Cove. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Cove.
Cove just kind of like slumps back and is just like sitting, thinking.
Nice. Deidre, you can give yourself a hero point for asking a fellow party member about their backstory.
Seems like the bare minimum, but hell yeah!
That's all I require is the bare minimum. 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓, he knows this Cove is kind of done talking, and he turns to Juniper, and he says, I couldn't help but notice that one of my beds had done quite a done on it. That wouldn't happen. You wouldn't have to know anything about that, would you?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
All right, yeah, that's what I
A
thought.
number?
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with numbers. I know a little, but
Harky
not
taught
my,
us
like,
some
strong
numbers.
suit, I would say.
He gives you a good long look, and he notices your clothing. He's like, handmade, out of leaves. Wow, you weren't by any chance raised in the woods, were you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm meaning no offense, but I just noticed that all your clothes made of things that grow.
Yeah.
You being an elf, I don't want to make assumptions, but
Do you have clothes that are made out of things that don't grow?
I mean, I make all my clothes.
Uh-huh.
But I've got a lot of them it's just I wear basically a big utility belt. that
Ask
just
her
covers
about
my
made of?
body.
bagels.
It's
What's
made,
it made
of metals and I've
I
got
guess that'll-
cloth.
Cloth definitely came from materials that grow. Good
I'm
buddy.
sure. That's probably true. All right,
Deidre-
you got
Deidre
me there.
whispers
You
in
got old
𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖃𝑔𝑔𝑓's ear. Ask her about baked goods.
Baked goods. Well, why? Are
Just
you
do
a
it.
fan? All right, I've been told to ask you about baked goods.
Yeah, I was right here. I watched that happen.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I like baked goods. So
Matthew
who's asking?
McConaughey?
Who's asking?
Yeah, I love baked goods. My favorites are bagels. Okay.
Well, that's real nice.
You
Now
have baked goods?
I do actually. I'm making soup out of a bread bowl tomorrow for everybody.
Yo!
But
I haven't had that before.
that's
But
kind
I am
of
intrigued. I love soup also.
That
I
sounds
myself
so good.
happen to make soup every now and then. I consider myself a professional soup maker.
Just imagining the
Really can make
coffee
anything
pot
into
right
soup.
now.
he says, you make a lot of soup in the woods.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's
Soup
called
is
a
like
big gulp.
anything plus water. Easy.
So he
It's
says,
literally the big gulp.
he looks at you and he says, he reaches into his pocket, he pulls out, it looks like a little compass, but the needles are made of a different material and the directions, it has no cardinal directions. But the needle, as soon as he pulls it out, needle points straight at you. He says, so this is a little device I made myself. Detects people in tune with the greener side of things, nature and druidic stuff. He says, I was doing my rounds earlier today, and I knew where you were. You were making the beds. But I traveled around. My little device starts acting all haywire, spinning around, pointing somewhere off the island. And I look out, see a little bird flying around. Compass needles following the bird. You got any druid friends?
Seems like you must have had some issue with your compass.
Hmm.
I don't know what that could have been.
This
What
is
does the
like
bird look like, though? Just Out of curiosity.
It had, I gotta be honest, at first I thought it was some kind of eagle or a falcon or some bird of prey. Yeah, because that was a beefy bird. It was, it had strong wings, strong looking wings, glistening feathers. I don't want to wax poetic about this, but it was, it looked mighty strong. But the strangest thing about it was there were all these elf words on its feathers, patterns.
Did you recognize them?
I mean, I don't read Elvish. A lot of that's too many squiggles for my eyes. But there were a lot of them, a lot of words. And then it seemed to look at me, and then it changed course, veered away, out of range of my little device here. So I just want to know if I need to put another plate on the table, you know?
I wouldn't count on it.
Hold up. Is
Why's
𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆
that?
fucking just following you? Is that what's happening? This is the third NPC to ask you about these homeboys. Like,
Melchior?
no, wait, sorry. I don't say that in character. No, I
Nope,
don't
you
say
said it.
Did
You already
say
said it.
No,
It's too late.
Damn
You had
it.
your RP pants on for this one.
You're right. All right, fine. Fuck it. I say it in character. Is 𝕾𝖆𝖆 following you, Juniper?
Melchior.
Oh, that's a weird name, huh? It's a it's a super
that's a-
weird name. I know.
That's a funny sounding name, yeah. Who's that?
I'll look. There's no need for an extra plate.
So
There's no need for an extra
Deidre
plate.
turns to Juniper pretty seriously and says to just Juniper. I'm sure people can hear, but she's saying it to Juniper. Is he
We
gonna
are
be
very close to each
right?
other.
Right. But like this question is pointed. Like, is this something are we gonna have to worry about him?
I don't think you need to worry about anything.
Ouch.
What I mean is,
I worry about you. I worry
Oh,
about
no.
us.
I don't think we need to worry about anything.
All right, I trust you. And he goes back to licking his creme brulee bowl.
He's still licking the
He's
goddamn
still
thing?
licking it, bestie.
Jeez,
He's-
a
he's
hard-
taking-
Would, like,
He's taking
Yeah, go ahead.
Juniper's and is licking it.
Oh, good. Juniper.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Juniper. Okay, wait. First of all, can I please have put some sort of nonsense shit in the bottom of my bowl, please?
That's fine.
Thank you. Okay, I think Juniper would just sort of like under the table or whatever, like feel her little bracelets.
Oh yeah.
And just, I don't know, try to piece together the information that she's gathered to understand. I don't know, can she remember, does the, covered in elven, the words, does that sound like something that she's seen before?
So you notice that whenever Melchior transforms into an animal, the animal has the same tattoos that he has all
Okay.
over his body.
Okay.
No matter the form.
Can you remind me what the bracelets are?
Bracelets are the necklace.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's,
Informed.
it's...
They
Yeah.
turned into bracelets.
Yeah.
So now Juniper
And now
can-
they say, fuck it up.
That's canon. That's canon.
They
now.
don't,
That's
but I'm
fine.
gonna tell you that they do.
Okay. In
Just,
Elvish or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely written in Druidic script, and it's just like the hallowed power of nature loves you, and then it's like, no, it says fuck it
It
up.
says fuck it up. Yeah. All
Um,
right.
So he eyes you for a bit, and he says, I know it's not my place, and I don't want to pry. I don't mean to stick my snout in where it don't belong.
Oh.
But in my experience, is our feelings, and he pulls out, takes his mojito, and he puts it in front of you on the table. He says, "See the little fizzy water in this? That's kind of like our feelings sometimes. You know, if and he puts his giant hand over it, and you notice that the bubbles are catching, and they're not. He says, you get all these feelings, they're bubbling up, got nowhere to go. You know, And he shakes his cup a little bit. More bubbles coming up. He says, and then life shakes it up. More and more bubbles coming up to the surface. They don't got nowhere to go. And he keeps shaking it until he releases his hand, and this big blast of water and mojito comes spilling out. And he says, till he gets something like this. And he puts the glass down. He says, I find that you gotta open up about your feelings sometimes, you know? Otherwise, keep bottling it up inside, it eats at you. Ruins the flavor of the drink. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. I don't drink, but
Juniper does
That's
not get
good
metaphors, I'm pretty sure.
He says, look, like I said, I don't want to pry, but I do find that and he pauses, and he looks out into the distance, and you see the landscape beginning to glow, and he says, oh boy, here it comes. The landscape is dark, as there's no sun, but clouds of light are beginning to rise from the ground. Beautiful, multicolored streams of pure energy begin to float up in random chaotic masses. The windmills begin to spin, as 𝕆𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓 says, this is my favorite part. And as the windmills begin to spin, the clouds condense into these little twirling funnels that get sucked into the windmills. They begin to glow, and you hear this, like, almost like this whale sound, this boom. And as you see, the turtle is also bathed in this light. As you can just see the tips of the fins as they're swimming out. And he says, my son and I used to look at this every time. The Fae have some long Fae name for it, but I like to call it nightlight.
I love him so much.
He says, now you've all seen this. Got plenty of time to rest. We should be approaching your destination tomorrow. And he slowly gets up, and he notices his pipe is guttered out, and he says, I'm gonna go to bed. I hope y'all enjoy your night. I'll see you tomorrow morning for a nice, got grits and a bread bowl. It's gonna be real nice. So, you all begin to head inside. I'll say that as you're beginning to head inside, Veronica comes, like, around the corner. She's like, I have been doing dishes for the past 3 hours! I don't know where they keep coming from, because every time they're done, another one just appears in the sink, and it's dirty again. So,
Diedrich puts
tell me.
his creme brulee bowls. He's got Juniper's and his own in her hands.
So she, yeah. So you all begin to head inside. Hardtack, did you have something you wanted to do? With anybody?
Diedrich, yeah, as everybody is, like, walking inside, I think Hardtack's gonna, like, pull Diedrich aside a little bit.
Okay.
Be like, hey, Diedrich, I wanted to talk to you for a second. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Okay. There might have been a little leak of information when we were back in Sun Home about something, and somebody was asking, oh, who's this Diedrich person? I don't know. But I wanted to talk to you because I think you've come a long way from the street rat that I met you as back in Sun Home. And I decided that Sun Home needed something and somewhere to represent the people of Sun Home, not these 4 families and these houses and Hilarious and Amaran and I don't remember all of them. I'm not a star homian like you are, but I wanted a house for Star Home, the city, the town, the people. And if and when hardtack is no more, it's gonna be yours. It was House 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆, if I'm not mistaken, right? Right, Tyler?
You're
And now it's mine, and Mikhail's holding down the fort and starting things off there. But when all is said and done, it's gonna be yours. You're gonna have that House 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆, well, House of the People, or whatever you want to call it. I want to make sure you're ready for that.
Are you giving me a home?
I'm giving you one of the 4 houses, yeah. You don't have to take it, all
What?
right? Like, I understand. if you-
Diedrich fucking tackles hardtack in a hug while he's like, oh, you don't have to, like, just and it's, yeah, and he, holy shit, I'm sorry, sundae is dealing with how cool that is, holy shit,
Look, I know what it's like to not have somewhere to call home. For quite my life, I wasn't at a home. I was on a ship, which is not the same. But I know what it's like, and I know how hard it is to not have somewhere to go back to. And we kind of had it with the boarding house, and we kind of had it with the ship Freedom's Fury, but
furries. I was
know
waiting
it's
for
coming.
it.
But now I think, particularly, I mean, all of us, but particularly you, should have somewhere to call home. So,
Diedrich backs up from the hug. He's got 2 hands on hardtack's shoulders.
down.
And yeah, down
Down.
again, down, right. And I'm not used to that. And he's got tears in his eyes, but he says really calmly, really clearly, not blubbering, not the 19-year-old sugar high. I learned a long time ago that home is not a place, it's a people. And then he lets go of hardtack's shoulders. And he says, I'll do right by you, Cap. And he starts to walk inside. My heart is beating so fast.
I'm still alive, so don't
He's
go
not
rushing
listening.
things,
He's
okay?
not listening. Oh, my Sunday's heart is beating very fast right now. That was really sweet.
Lovely.
Holy
that
shit.
was lovely. Good RP. Hardtack, your bracelets begin to
Whew.
ring.
Mm.
Or your left bracelet begins to ring.
I'm gonna cry.
As that happens, Diedrich, you go in. Are you going into your bedroom? Okay.
No, he can he go into no, I actually think he wants to walk around a bit.
Okay.
Does he have to go to
Diedrich,
bed?
on your... No.
Okay.
No, do whatever you want.
Okay.
You're a big boy. So
Tall
Diedrich,
boy, boy.
yeah.
I have a house.
So
now.
Diedrich, as you're walking around, are you walking inside or outside? Like just doing a lap around? Or like
inside.
the house?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
doing a like he's going into all the places of the inn that are like behind the scenes, like staff areas and stuff.
Mhm.
Not the
Yeah.
pristine. He wants to see like all the dirty and the like
Yeah.
what it takes to make a house,
Yeah. So you go in. You notice Penny is
Yeah.
just trailing after you, moving rather quickly for a snail. But she's grown. She's grown, even in the past day, or like couple of days.
How big is she now?
So she was a Boston Terrier, which is
Right.
about like this big.
Yeah.
She's now the size of like a large corgi.
Oh fuck yeah.
Louis, this snail is the size of you.
Yeah,
her
she's
her
Louis'
shell's
type
like
now.
iridescent, right?
Her shell is
Yeah.
beginning to shimmer, especially in the nightlight. It's capturing all of these beautiful colors, scintillating hues of the whole spectrum of colors. And you notice that her like face nubs at the end of her stalks are beginning to get these little spiky protrusions.
I love hers. I would do anything for Penny.
Okay.
Hardtack, your left. Who's on the left for you?
I think Linnea's on the left. That's how
Okay.
he remembers it.
Linnea. Yeah.
L.
So
An L in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember you
so-
saying that and making it canon.
Linnea. So it's blinking. What do you do?
I will try to. This is the first time it's ever worked, so he's like trying to figure out what to do and just kind of like
You
touching it all over.
you raise it up to your face and you hear her voice. And she says, "Hey, Dad. Dad.
Hey,
Dad.
yes.
Dad. Oh, all right. There you are.
There
Um,
might be a little delay
There's a sound delay.
because I'm in the Feywild.
Can you? Oh, all right. All right. No. All right. You go. You go first.
But
Oh,
wait,
God.
you called me.
All right. Oh, right. Sorry. So I'm in hot pursuit of Deacon and Mercury.
Oh, no way!
Yeah. Why? Why?
Way to go, kid.
Yeah. Well, it's been about 3 months of pursuit, so I'm happy that I can at least do.
Oh,
I can
yeah,
at least
time-
track down.
Time is different here, isn't it?
Wait. How long have you been gone?
It's been like a day.
Fuck.
That's so. Whoa. 3 months?
Yeah. It's been 3 months. 3 months, Dad.
Holy squiffy. All right. Well,
Yes. So she says, "All right, look, I'm in hot pursuit. Who knows when you're gonna contact me next? Or when I'll be able to contact you. Next thing I know, it might be I might be an old lady by the time you come back.
Oh no.
But I hope not. But as we said, as soon as right before I behead them, I'm gonna tell them you said hi."
all right. I like that. I like that.
All right.
A message from Hardtack. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm calling. Do you want any mementos from their bodies?
What? Have you been looking at them with your spyglass? Have you spotted anything?
Oh
on
yeah.
them?
Well, I know that they're
No.
the most extravagant dresses that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. Anything that you think would fit me? I'm small.
Yeah, probably. So Deacon is actually around of a height with you, so I should be able to just. Do you? I don't want to take away your hat. He might have a coat, or a spyglass, or or a cutlass or something. I noticed that you don't have any weapons.
I really don't. I've been thinking of wanted a cutlass for some time. I saw
Right.
yeah,
Right.
no, I've actually met somebody here. His name is 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓
I can't bloody pronounce that, Dad.
All right, sorry. He's got a blunderbuss. Do you know if either of them have any,
Blunderbuss?
Yeah, it's like the gun.
Like a
You seen one?
crossbow?
No. Whoa. Wait. Do they not? Is out of character. Is this not a thing in the material plane?
This is not a thing in the material plane.
Okay.
Like guns, like guns at all, or like
Guns are not a thing in the material plane.
damn. Okay.
Not an Aranel, anyway.
Right. Oh well, it's like this. It's kind of like a crossbow, but it's got like a bell at the end, almost like a trumpet, and I think it shoots things. I think there's like an explosion, and then stuff comes out the end like little balls. Maybe I'll try to bring
balls?
I'll try to bring one back to you. How's that?
All
sound?
right, look,
Yeah.
Dad, you're not selling me on this. Gonna be honest. But all right, look, if you say so, then I believe you. All right, and you hear this brr, brr, in the background, and she says, "Oh, fuck! All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna behead him with his own cutlass, and then I'll bring it to you. I'm not gonna wash it. Fresh blood. Well, it might not be fresh by the time you get there. All right, I'll see you. I love you, Dad. Bye."
Aww.
Great.
Hardtech, do you
And
want to
then
do anything? Yeah. Go.
Immediately after hanging up, he's like, "Oh shit, it's been 3 months," and then he like tries to figure out how to use the right one to like start
Yeah.
talking.
You raise
That's
it
Mikhail,
up to
right?
your, yeah, you raise it up to your face, and you hear, "Hello."
Oh, Mikhail! It's Hardtack from the Feywild.
Yeah, I know it. I know it's you. What have you been doing for this amount of time that has been passing?
So it's only been a day here in the Feywild.
Oh, that explains it.
But Linnea just called. She's about to kill Deacon. All this lovely stuff. I'm gonna get a sword.
Wow.
Yeah, fun stuff. But 3 months?
It would seem so.
Wow. Well, I first want to say I didn't know that it had been 3 months. So if I have, I hope I haven't upset or not met expectations of not contacting you for that long.
No, I had assumed that there would be some time dilation. I've had some theories about that, but
Yeah.
I've
Well, now
been...
it's proven.
Yeah, I guess it has.
Write it down.
I guess
get
it
in the
has.
notebook.
Yeah, well, it's good because I'm actually going to be the keynote speaker at this event in a couple of days, so I could bring up my theories. But I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I've
you
been.
You should.
Do you know when you're coming back?
Well,
How are things going with Chare?
we're hot on pursuit with Chare. Chare actually did a little ruse, as Chare does, and sent a fake Chare to attack us at some carnival festival thing by some
Ugh.
crone lady.
Crone
Veronica,
lady.
I think her name is. She
Veronica?
mentioned somebody. She mentioned somebody else. Do you know who Vain Pain is? Have you heard that name?
I can't say I have. It sounds like an eccentric
It
person.
really does. It's a rhyming name. I've always told people that it's always a bad thing when somebody's name rhymes. So
People with rhyming names tend to be very eccentric.
speaking of names, I've got a name for you.
Okay.
𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓
It's just- that's a mouthful. Wow. Is that a person that you met?
It's a GIF, and he's an artificer like you.
Really? Oh, I
Yes.
would love for you to bring something back.
Okay, listen to this. We are on the back of a flying turtle in the Feywild, and there's all these lights. Like he calls it night light. I don't know what the Fey call it, and all of this light is being channeled into these windmills, and it's like sucking the light into the island, and I don't. It's giving the turtle power. It's incredible.
So you hear the scritch of a quill on paper.
I love her.
Furious writing. And she says, "Oh my Corellin, I have so many questions. I have so many questions. All right, okay. I have a lot of ideas. Okay,
Well,
She's
I-
literally
3 months.
perfect.
okay. I know it's only been a day, but I miss you. Okay, and I'm sorry it's been 3 months. And hopefully it's not another 3 months. And hopefully the time dilation, what's the word if it changes? What's the mathematical?
Just call her every 20
I-
minutes.
I'll try to
Quantum-
I'll try to call.
of course. Well, look, you're not responsible for the quantum destabilization of interplanar travel, so I will
God,
let this.
she's literally,
I will
she's
let this
literally a
slide.
dream girl.
I'll let this slide for now. But you're gonna owe it to me when you return,
Perfect.
in
I
the
can't
form
wait.
of whatever artifice you find from this Seth
I'll try to get what I can.
Griffin.
Exactly. It's hard for me too. I'll I'll see what I can get. If he has a book, I'll maybe try to get that from him, or
Excellent.
some devices that he has. I don't know. Something, a little souvenir to suit your fancy.
I miss you too.
All right.
All
Talk
right,
soon,
and
hopefully.
Can I ask a logistical question?
Yeah.
When people are on these phone calls, so time is passing way different. So,
I think we're going
What?
faster.
Yeah.
yeah. Talking really fast.
So
How does
it's-
time work,
Do they
Tyler?
sound like they're talking in slow motion to us?
So ordinarily I would ask you for a knowledge check to see
Yeah.
how this works, but
Let's
I'll
do
just
it. No,
I'll
do
just
it. No,
tell
no,
you.
don't give it to her. Do the knowledge roll, Bella. I
Okay,
want
that's
to
fine.
see. I want to see what you roll. Come on.
All right, Juniper, roll me
Is it arcane? or
Arcana. Yeah, roll me an Arcana check.
Arcane.
Nerd.
All right, you have no fucking clue. I'm gonna say, Juniper, you're just like walking by, and you're just like, why aren't you sounding like so?
Why does it sound
To her.
normal?
Yeah, and so, yeah.
Great.
Oh God.
Great.
We'll never know.
Artak
We'll never
immediately
know.
goes to 𝕆𝖆𝖆 and starts asking him for artificer.
Is he
stuff.
asleep
Excellent.
though?
So you have to, yeah,
I
you
will
knock
wake
on
him
his-
up.
You knock on his
room.
door, and he just like slowly opens it, and you see he has like '90s on. He's got a big,
Oh, with, like,
blue
the
and white
Scrooge?
striped
Yeah,
shirt and a
with the
little
hat.
a nightcap. Yeah, and it's got a little stuffed gold star at the end of the nightcap. And
Tyler, please write a book. I want to know his entire life.
he says, "Evening, hardtack. What can I do for you?"
I'm so sorry. One, it's been 3 months in the material plane for the one day
Oh.
that we've been here.
Time dilation. Yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you.
But listen, my partner
Hey yo.
All right.
is also an artificer, and this whole thing, I talked to her about it, and she was just like, I think she was taking a lot of notes. I could hear her quill scribbling on her notebook. You should see that notebook sometime. It's so much stuff that goes way over my head. But is there anything that I could bring back? Like any notes you have that you don't need anymore, or any
Oh yeah.
devices that haven't made their way to the material plane?
I'm always happy to share knowledge with a fellow child of the whirring gears, as I call them. Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what. I'll do all this tomorrow because it's very late and I'd love to sleep.
Okay.
So you have a good night, and
so
tell you what,
sorry.
next time, no, it's okay. It's all right. Look, there's no such thing as a stupid question, you know. But tell you what, next time, if it's tonight, if you feel the need to ask me something, why don't you write it down, and you ask me tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. Good night.
Hi,
Good night. And he
Tyler, can
closed
I
the
go next?
What? You just went?
No.
You already had a turn.
Okay, okay.
Raven. Is there? So I'm gonna ask before I like put you on rails. Is there a character? No. Is there a character that that you would like to speak to?
I'm so ready for you to throw me in to the rails, I guess. So
Hey yo. Rail
I'm
me.
good. Yeah, rail me, Tyler. Come on.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
No, I don't have anything specifically.
The DM was
Alright.
too stunned to speak.
Sorry.
Go
Yeah.
wake up
Love
𝕆𝖆𝖆
Rail.
again.
Yeah. So.
Thank God this adventure party doesn't have HR.
I don't think we did anything wrong.
Mikhail can't hear us
I'm
here.
waiting to
Yeah.
be railed. Can we?
All right.
Oh my God, this is a
okay,
slow
Raven.
burn. Come on.
So Raven, you are walking. You're taking Lullaby out for a walk,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna say that you come across Veronica,
Oh boy. Okay.
and she's staring out into the distance with her arms folded,
Mhm.
and she's just like. You notice that like whenever she looks at like the beautiful light, she just kind of like rolls her eyes, and she just like she looks, she hears you approach, and her head like whips around to look at you, and she says, "Oh, it's just you. Are you here walking your? You here walking your animal?"
We're taking a walk. What? What are you doing here?
So she says, "I'm just
I'm sorry.
looking at this absurd light that the Feywild gives off. It's ridiculous. I mean, of course, we understand. We get it. You're beautiful. Whatever. Fine." And she gestures behind her, and her hands become claw-shaped, and she like reaches forward into the air and like seems to raise her hands up, and as she does, this black and green energy comes off, and you see that behind you and behind her are these two decrepit stumps raise out of the ground. And she sits down, and she pulls out like a bone from her sleeve, and she tosses it, and Lullaby catches it and starts gnawing on it, and she gestures for you to sit down next to her.
I think Raven like squints like, and then sits.
"Don't worry, darling, I don't bite."
That hard. No, sorry.
Okay.
The original, the sequel.
I know. Sorry. I'm sorry.
So you sit down next to her, and for a long while, the two of you just stare out, and you notice, like, occasionally Veronica will be like, "Ugh," and, like, she'll give a sigh whenever there's, like, a particularly shiny piece of light that flies out. She's like, "Oh, we get it!" And,
I love her. She's
so
perfect.
she turns to you after a little while, and she has her hands behind her to support her, and she's clicking her long nails into the stump, and just click, 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 click. And she says, "So you're an odd one, aren't you?"
I'm the odd one. Beauty offends you. How does that make me odd?
I don't. I'm a hag, darling. Of course beauty offends
We
me.
get it. You're a hag.
Tell her.
So she chuckles. She says, "Touche, touche." And she looks at Lullaby, and she looks back up at you, and she says, "I know what that is.
Aren't you so smart?
I'm very old, darling. You try living for 700 years and you don't pick up a few things. What's your end game? What are you doing here? I must know."
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't even know anymore.
She leans over and she takes in a good sniff, and she says, "Huh. You don't own perfume, do you, darling?"
Should I be offended?
I detected the faintest hint of the lovely fragrance. I like to call it essence of Shadowfell. And I can just detect just the slightest bit of Shadowfell on you, which is strange because your companion is of the Fae, and those are opposites. Why?
You're the one that's been around for 700 years, you tell me.
Veronica loves a good puzzle. All right, so she looks over you. She gives you an up-down, and she says,
Can Raven, while she's doing that, can Raven just like stand up and be like,
yeah. She twirls her finger around, and you do like a little spin.
Oh,
And,
I love it.
So she says, "Well, it seems to only affect your shadow, which is very appropriate for the Shadow Realm, Shadowfell, if you will. I would venture to guess that you have had close contact with some entity from the Shadowfell, which, of course, one would assume it was Chare, but Chare isn't native to the Shadowfell. So then, what is it exactly? Who is it that you have made contact with? I would wager that it was a family member? No. It's not in your blood, it's in your shadow. And I can smell it from your
Can
shadow.
you please stop sniffing me?
I
Please.
really can't. I really can't. I'm sorry.
I
And
just really prefer if you stop smelling me.
I know. I would prefer to not be surrounded by this absurd light, but we can't always get what we want.
Beauty.
So, yes. So I can't quite put my claw on it. Who is it? 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 Please tell me.
She's a lot.
Well, you
She
made
is.
her.
I
so-
did. I did make her, and she's a lot.
Sunday's too much Gina's all over this character.
I know. I'm aware. It was purposeful.
I don't know how to respond.
Are you gonna tell her?
No.
Or you could be vague.
um,
You could tell her and be like super vague.
Let her
Right,
cook.
right,
Let her
right.
cook.
Let her cook. Let's just say they weren't a friend.
They weren't a friend. And so, because of that, you assimilated some of their power into your own. Judging by the fragrance and the intensity,
Please stop sniffing me.
that is, I cannot do that. It is, when I'm surrounded by things that I don't like, when I find something that I do like, I would like to be closer to that thing. And it happens to be your shadow. It must
You really
be.
do like wicked and ugly things, then. Don't you?
I love it so much. It is the lifeblood of these old veins. I feel the need, maybe in gratitude, because you brought me such a shining spot of darkness in this sea of light. I feel the need to tell you that there are costs that come with associating with the Shadowfell. You've seen what happened to Chare. I'm assuming that you know he didn't always look like that. He used to look something closer to what you would imagine a pixie is. He used to be a pixie. The Shadowfell changes people and those that tap into its power. Now, I personally would delight in seeing you become a creature of shadow and darkness. It would be lovely. But I'm not sure if that's something that your wolf would like. Anyway, my point is, whoever this was, or is, that is responsible for your shadowy abilities, you are bonded with that individual.
Meaning?
Meaning, you will need to kill them to break this bond.
And what if I don't?
Well, if you don't, you will grow ever closer to them. Perhaps in proximity, I'm not sure how the cosmic plan works, but certainly in power, and perhaps in mind.
Damn.
Unless, of course, you break the bond and kill them.
Oh, easy peasy.
Well, it depends on who you are, darling. I would, coincidentally, be willing to offer my services. If you would like someone killed, It happens to be something that I have done for over 487 years. And it would be a small price. A small price. Your shadow.
You want my shadow?
More specifically, I would like the power that you have bonded to your shadow. Are you aware that there are beings that can see through invisibility? For example, when you had found me in my festival, I had become invisible trying to hide from those masked soldiers. They saw right through it, but they didn't see through you, which I find very curious. I don't believe that when you turn invisible, you turn invisible. It would seem to me that when you activate your abilities, you cease to exist.
Holy shit.
Ever so briefly, until you decide to exist again. I would like that power, darling. And I'm willing to kill for it. Think about it. And she stands up.
If
She,
Veronica takes this power, will it no longer be cursing Raven?
You're not sure. You're not sure.
Weird.
She stands up, snaps her fingers. The bone that Lullaby is gnawing on just turns to ash. He starts like coughing. She giggles, and she turns to walk away. And she says, "Directionless and purposeless. Isn't that fun?" And she begins to walk away. Raven, you feel Lullaby lean against you and look up at you. And you gaze directly into his eyes, which are illuminated from the nightlight. And you feel comforted. Anything else you'd like to do, Raven?
No, I think she would just sit on the edge of the land and just look out and think.
Yeah. Wonderful. Awesome. We cut to Cove. So Cove, where are you going?
I'm gonna go to Veronica actually.
Ooh, 2 in 1
All right.
night.
Great. You go up to her.
Just,
She's standing on the patio, and you notice that she's just coming from talking to Raven. You see Raven sitting on a stump, just like looking out into the distance, and you walk up to her, and she says, "Oh, yes."
Look, I don't trust you, but you have information we need.
Fair.
So I think it's in our best interest, mainly yours, that you tell me where we're going and who 𝕋𝖆𝖆 is.
𝕋𝖆𝖆, that takes me back. 𝕋𝖆𝖆 was part of a mercenary group that I was the leader of a long time ago. I remember whenever he would annoy me, which was all the time, I would make little rhymes about him, and she just kind of looks out. She's like, 𝕋𝖆𝖆, the grand chicane, you've not to gain without a brain. Oh, Veronica, you've still got it. And she laughs to herself, and she says, 𝕋𝖆𝖆 is a human that somehow was able to gain the longevity of life that I possess. for example, or an elf. And he, along with the rest of the mercenary party, decided to end their mercenary ways after our deal with Oberon, mostly because it made us ungodly rich. And they now live in some tree somewhere, I'm not sure particularly, but I'm aware that it is in the general area of where we're headed.
Are we about to go find him, and are you about to immediately cross us?
Darling.
And before you say anything else, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Hey,
All
yo.
right. All right. Nice.
Zone
Okay.
of truth.
I'm gonna roll a charisma save for her.
Mm-hmm.
She
She's got a
got
lot of
a
charisma, right?
12. No, she does not. She is a hag. Zone of Truth. Your DC is 15. Oh yeah. So the zone settles around her, and she says, "Ugh, this again. You're asking if I'm going to double cross you. I have no plans of doing such a thing, mostly because you're the only ones that I believe can stop Chare. However, if an opportunity arises, and I believe that it is in my best interest to double cross you, I probably will."
I don't think it is. And as she is saying that if the better opportunity arises, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame directly next to her as a threat.
So yeah, so you cast it like right next to her, and she glances at it, glances back at you, and she says, "Ah, the impudence of youth and of someone who is confident that they are correct. I have dealt with many clerics in my day, boy, and do not think for a moment that your fire trick, your water powers, or your godly light can do anything to intimidate me. I have seen kingdoms fall and rise before you were even a speck in your parents' eye. I have killed legions of those who dwell in the sea. I have slain hundreds of those who dwell on land, and thousands who fly in the air. I am Veronica, and I am as ancient as the most dangerous of your sea folk."
Cove's just gonna walk up as close to her as he can and just say, "I've been through much worse than that entire monologue, and I'm not afraid of you."
So she smirks, and she says, "Then I suppose we have an understanding, don't we?"
As long as no one I care about is hurt, you keep them all safe from whatever idea you might get, you can live. But if you do anything to cross us, this might be your last time on this turtle. And Cove's gonna walk to his room.
All right, very nice.
And when he
Hi,
gets to his room-
Barbie.
When he gets to his room, he's gonna pull out his little nightlight blanket, his book of jokes that remind him of More Trouble, and he's gonna get cozy in fucking bed and go to sleep.
He's fucking in bed? Sorry.
Not without more trouble.
Oh, nice. That was dope. That was excellent.
That monologue, Tyler. What the? I didn't.
Thanks.
What is it?
He has Veronica had things to say.
Veronica. Hi, Barbie. I love her so much.
Shut up.
I've been like, all right. So, Juniper, before I like set rails or anything, is there anything in particular that Juniper would like to do this
No.
evening? Okay, great.
I'm good.
Okay, so Juniper, you are. I'm gonna say that you are in the southernmost part of the island, or the rear of the island, not the southern part, but you're in the rear, and
Hey,
Hey,
yo.
yo.
yeah, you're. Oh my god.
Tyler's
And-
rare. Rare in the rear. I'm sorry.
Got him. Fucking got him.
Fucking got him. All right, so Juniper, you are gazing out into the nightlight, and it's this beautiful hue, of light blues and silvers. And you see a small trail of green streaking across close to the ground. What would you like to do?
Okay, first I want to look around to see if there's anyone near me, like within
Nobody.
earshot. Okay, sick.
Nobody. Everyone's in bed.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
I'm
say that you've
wandering
already
around
done your
still.
meditation. No, I'm gonna say that this is like way later.
Ah, damn
Okay,
it.
sick.
This is
Yeah,
Everyone's
you're in
already
bed.
asleep.
Juniper doesn't
Like-
sleep. So
I
You've
wanna
done-
be
yeah,
in sleep.
Juniper, I'm gonna say that you've been meditating. You've finished your meditation.
Sick.
You've gotten the equivalent
I
of full rest.
rested,
Yeah,
baby.
You're rested.
Rest and rail. Okay. Okay, I just want to look out. Okay. Juniper. Okay, again, Juniper checks around them and then looks out and says, like quietly but forcefully, stop. You have to stop following me.
The trail of light shoots closer to the turtle until you see that there is looks like a giant owl, like a dire owl.
Okay, that's
And
pretty
it-
sick.
It soars upward, trailing this green light. Each of its feathers, you know, the spots on owl feathers, they are elven runes instead of spots. And the owl lands right next to you. And it shimmers into Melchior.
Mhm.
And he says, I know what you had said, but I cannot. Juniper, you are on the trail of this Fae that killed everyone. And if there's chance for me to settle this, then I will.
How can you trust yourself not to make another mistake, not to cause more destruction? I don't even trust myself to do that. I don't think the pair of us should work together on this because look at what we've done.
We have a great power, the two of us. And power like that must be tempered. The tree that grows too tall is more vulnerable to the storm. Juniper, I understand. I understand the power that you now have. And I understand the rage that you feel.
I don't want to be compared to you. This is the difference between us. You understand this power because you sought it. You wanted this for yourself. You grew too tall on purpose, and you let this destroy our people. You did this. You chose this, and you brought destruction. I didn't. I don't want power. I don't want this responsibility. I don't want to be a tall tree. All I have been trying to do is fix your mistakes, and here I am, again, trying to clean up your mistakes that I helped make worse. Why would I listen to you?
So he says, Little Badger, none of this is your fault. If anything, you did everything that you could to stop it. You took the seed from us. If we hadn't reclaimed it, none of this would have happened. Juniper, Somehow you knew before anyone else. You knew what we were doing. You knew the consequences. And I am so sorry.
It doesn't matter. I was too late. This conversation is too late. This doesn't matter.
It's not too late. Juniper, I can't make this right. But we can at least avenge them. And we
How?
can make sure that this never happens again by killing this Fae.
How do we do that?
This creature has been steeped in the Shadowfell for a very long time, from what I understand. With our magic, we may be able to undo that. I don't know what this seed is going to do, or what power it holds, but I do know that if left unchecked, things from many worlds may cross over. If we can sever his connection to the Shadowfell, we will leave him vulnerable. I've seen that he uses these masks to create simulacra of himself. I can see through them. If you let me, I will show you the real one, and you can end him.
I didn't want this life. But you've taken everything from me. I think this is the only thing I have left of my family, is finishing this, of killing a monster that I didn't even, that I let close to me, that I let close to my friends. I want to stop putting people in danger. Just tell me how.
I will show you. Your green sight, it does more than just channel your magic. It does more than help you shapeshift. It helps you connect to life, to other life. That's why I believe that you are the best of us. Because you don't connect just with your sight. You connect with your very soul, Juniper. You've connected with all of these people. And I know that our family is now scattered amongst the land. But it seems that you have made another. And they're worth fighting for by any means necessary. And if it's important to you, then it is important to me.
I have to protect them.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I am beyond that. But I will do what I can to protect your family.
Okay.
His form begins to shift again, and he says, I would prefer they not know that I'm here, but I would prefer that you do what you wish more.
I don't want them to know you're here either.
When the time comes, I will reveal myself, and we will fight together,
Oh.
and we will kill this murderer who took everything. And he shifts back into the owl, and he dives off the island.
Holy heck.
And at that, we get to the next day.
Oh my god, Tyler. Just. Oh!
Sorry,
Lighting
sorry, no,
change!
Whoa.
Lighting change!
Sorry, lighting changed.
I
So
love
good
it.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning!
morning.
Hello.
So the next morning, you wake up. You are above a huge forest. There is a small river that's winding its way through the forest, and big trees with little houses in it. You can see. 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓, he puts these big bread bowls that are filled with grits, with butter, and I don't know what else goes in grits. A lot of stuff. And you
how dare
eat
you.
it up. He, if you want to take it from here with what good
It
grits.
depends. Are they
Yep.
sweet or savory?
Savory
Okay,
grits for
savory
sure.
grits. So there's butter, cheese, pepper,
Mm.
jalapenos, pickled or not. Probably pickled if you don't like super hot.
I like to put in a little bit of both.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, variety's a spice of life, or in
Absolutely.
this case, a spice of grits.
Hey yo, and shrimp if you're feeling saucy, and
I love
and
shrimp
dewy
in the
feeling
grits.
saucy.
and
So
dewy
he,
sausage. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, he looks at Cove. He's like, I'm just double checking that it's all right that I put shrimp in here, right?
I want double.
Double shrimp coming up. And so you eat. You have a big bread bowl. Juniper, he gives you the bread filling as well. He
Yes,
says,
yes,
I hear you like baked goods. So here's the innards of the bread bowl, as I like to say.
Innards.
Yeah.
I put a bread bowl in your bread bowl.
So he says, well, we should be hovering right over that area you got right there. So I'm gonna lower the ladder. Y'all have a good time. I'll be waiting here. I'll be waiting here when you come back up.
Hey Seth,
Yep.
can I have a hug?
Yeah, of course you can, Diedrich. And he wraps his giant hippo arms around you, and he says, I always have to be careful not to hug people too tight. And he just gives you a light hug. He takes one of his hippo hands and just tussles your hair a little bit.
Ugh, I love him.
And he says, all right, y'all, well, I hope you have a good trip. Careful that ladder. I just had it oiled, so don't slip.
Why do you oil the ladder?
So it doesn't rust, of course. And it just kind of rolls out.
Oh, it's a
and,
metal ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was picturing like a wooden rope
So
ladder.
was
Oh,
I.
the rope ladder? Oh,
yeah,
That's
so
why you were
was
like, I oiled it, and I was like, why is
what
there
the
oil
fuck?
on it?
Oil just
Same.
for a little extra.
Yeah.
difficulty.
Give it a little spice, a little
Yeah,
danger.
just a little
Yeah.
spice.
little spice.
Can Hardtack call Lorena and Mikhail again just to see like how long has passed?
Yeah, like how long is
Yeah.
8 hours?
Oh, Linnea
Yeah.
and Mikhail? Yeah, of course.
Who did I?
You
what did
said
I
let
say?
Lisa-
Lorena.
Lorena,
Lorena?
yeah.
Oh.
Which
Loretta.
is a
Sorry,
good name.
that's Sea of Thieves.
Oh, no.
That's like
Oh.
actually a character in Sea of
Okay.
Thieves.
Oh,
That's
Alright.
funny.
Linnea
Pirate mode
and,
activated.
and Mikhail,
Captain.
just to see how long it's been, and
Yeah,
also to I've retrieved the notes, so I want to like recite some of the stuff to
Okay.
Mikhail and
Yeah, I'll say that you did that in the morning,
Yep.
maybe between breakfast and
Right,
departing
yeah.
time. So you call Linnea, and she says, "Oh, hey, Dad. What's going on? You forget something?
No, sorry, just woke up. How long's it's been?
It's been 2 minutes."
What? Are you
Sorry, I-
serious?
I thought by this point you would have killed Deacon already, because 1 day, 3 months, and then
I'm
and then,
about to.
like a third of a day. And, oh,
We're
okay.
getting real close to Borden, so
Okay,
I
well-
kind of have to go. But
Sorry.
look,
Good luck.
I appreciate it. All right, bye.
Bye.
And she hangs up.
What the? Artak's just like.
Someone get Grandpa a comfy chair.
Amazing.
Right. He's.
You gonna call in Mikhail?
Mikhail,
Or-
yeah.
All
And
right,
just
yeah,
like,
she.
It's been 80 years.
She picks up. She says, "Hey, you forget something?"
Oh my
Okay.
god.
It's been 8 hours here, and it should have been by the same ratio. It should have been 1 month.
She says,
Right?
"Oh no, I've just been furiously writing notes
Well,
for the
I've
past
got.
few minutes."
Oh,
I asked 𝕊𝖆𝖆𝖆 last night about all the stuff, and he said, "Ask me again in the morning." And I
Never. Yeah. Wow.
And then I got all the notes, and I wanted to share some of it with you. And he's just like reading from the notes.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what any of this means, but I hope that you'll figure something out.
She's furiously writing, and so you finish telling her about it, and she says, "Wow, this changes a lot." That's
She's
Also,
gonna
be sure
invent-
to talk about the
she's
whole like
literally-
8 hours, 2 minutes thing, and then the 1 day and the 3 on your keynote, right?
She
Talk
says.
about the.
So she says, she says the going theory is that the time dilates based on emotion. The Feywild is based on emotion. It's a heightened plane where the Shadowfell mutes everything and it depletes and it's entropy. But the Feywild is kinetic. It's constantly moving. It's constantly changing, and it's heavily affected by the way that we react to things. So I believe. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was about to
so
just.
glad that you are so smart.
She says, "I'm so glad that you're so pretty.
Is he?
It's Barbie and Ken.
Artak is well kept. He's a good looking
Yeah.
old
Oh,
man.
okay.
Yeah." She says, "You
Well, he's
Silver
aging
fox.
in reverse.
That's
You
true.
keep
He
it
is
tight,
Benjamin Buttoning.
hard
Yeah.
tack. Okay. Look, I'm gonna continue writing these notes.
Go
If
for
you
it.
need anything, please give me a ring.
Oh, you too?
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye." And she hangs up, and you all begin to descend.
Is Mikhail
The
gonna
ladder.
fucking invent guns while we're here based on these notes?
It's a little shady that it's been 3 months and they didn't call you.
Yeah, true.
They know I'm busy. It's okay.
Mikhail's got a life
Um,
outside of a relationship.
So
Not really.
yeah, so you descend. You descend to the tree. You notice something doesn't feel quite right. And the closer you get to the ground, the more you notice that the colors are off. You should be seeing green. Green of the blast, the green of the grass, the green of leaves, but it's red.
Oh my.
Oh. Okay.
Holy hell.
You get down to the docks, and you see trails of blood, corpses, some broken chips of a mask here and there. Looks as though a fight had happened here. And judging by how the blood is still flowing from some of these corpses, it looks recent. What would you all like to do?
Can we have our minis? Where are we?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Oh my
So
god.
you're on the southmost
Okay.
part of the map.
It's fresh,
Holy
you said?
shit.
Fresh.
Are the people that we're seeing right here dead bodies? Or are these living
Yeah,
people?
they're all dead. So you
Shit.
don't see a living person.
Artak would like to investigate the nearest dead body.
Alrighty then. 18? Yeah, what exactly
My
are
sight
you
is
looking
getting
for?
so better. I'm trying to see.
So better.
I'm trying to see like if it's apparent as to how they were killed, what killed them, weapons, no weapons,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing.
So you, it looks as though they were all slashed.
Slasher, no slasher.
Are these
said-
fae or
Sorry, you said like
humans?
fragments of a what?
Fragments of the masks.
Can I look at them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Masks, please.
you do that.
Okay. What do I need?
You can investigate if you want. So, like, what exactly are you looking for? Like, what are you
Do I
what are you trying to
recognize
accomplish?
them?
Oh yeah,
They're the
these are the
Guardian
masks of the Guardian
masks,
for sure.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure, these are the Guardian masks. Absolutely. A lot of them are chipped and broken. This music is too happy.
I was like, this is very
Super
cheery music.
chill.
I'm scared.
Wow, wait.
I mean, honestly, that is kind of
Yeah.
creepy in this setting.
Um,
Are they fae? Can we tell if they're fae?
they're
peop-
all Fae.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all
Um,
Fae.
Diedrich wants to try. Can Diedrich go ahead and start going ahead? But he wants to do it hidden. Like he wants to sneak, he wants to hide, and he wants to start
Yeah.
walking down the docks.
Yeah. You
Okay.
go ahead and start going ahead. Roll me a stealth.
Oh.
What? It's so funny.
That's what you said, and it was hilarious.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
26. God damn.
Damn.
Yeah, Diedrich,
Damn.
you wait until a particularly thick cloud of fog starts rolling in, and you just start running.
He
along-
tells the party what he's doing. Sorry. He's like, let me
gonna
sneak ahead and
scout?
see if I see anybody. Yeah.
Great.
And then he goes ahead. Do I
Great.
see
No, no,
anything living?
Go ahead. Get going.
So you you don't see anything living. Not in the immediate area. You do notice that the trail of blood leads north towards a large opening in a tree,
That's like up here.
in like the main tree. It's closer to the northern part.
Okay, I see
You
it.
can basically follow the trail of blood up all of these wooden slats
Okay.
to the yeah.
Okay.
Can I do a little spelly spell?
Yeah, absolutely. What would you like
Cool.
to cast?
The one closest to the right of us.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead.
Oh shit.
Well. All right.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Dude, you have so many spells. Like,
I'd like to talk to the dead one, please.
All right. So
So-
you, what does it look like when you cast Speak with the Dead, Cove?
I like to think, because it says that it grants them like life, like the semblance of life and intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
and I can ask them things, like questions about stuff like prior to them dying.
You can
So
ask up to
I-
5 questions.
Sweet. I would like it to be almost like they're like swooped up by the water, gently picked up, and then like just brought onto their feet,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
ready to
that's cool.
be like given
That's
questions
so
to answer.
Fucking cool. Great.
That's really cool.
Great. Yeah, you hold out your holy symbol. The water, it swirls around the body, forming an almost like a second skin around it, and it props the body up and moves its head up to you, and its eyes open.
I'm gonna ask it some questions.
Go for it.
What happened here?
We were attacked. That's one question.
Do you know who attacked you?
Several beings in masks.
When did the attack happen?
An hour ago.
Trying to think of other questions. Anybody that's still over here
Yeah, I was
that
gonna say y'all are there, right? Yeah.
has anything that they might want me to ask? I got 2 more questions.
They
Oh,
say
okay, let me
why?
just think about also
Right.
did anyone survive would be potentially a question. Were there any survivors? I don't know.
Did you see any survivors flee before you passed?
No, I was killed among the first.
Unlucky. That's unlucky. for us and for them.
And for them, I guess, if they're dead or whatever.
Sorry.
I think Y is probably it.
Did they say why?
Do you know why you were attacked?
Our elders seemed to be the target of the attackers. And then the body, its eyes close, the water just sloughs off of its body, and it falls to its knees and falls forward. And you hear Veronica next to you. She's like, oh, do it again, do it again.
Veronica probably has that spell.
I do have that spell, actually. I love using it. But
Creepy.
Why don't
normally
you
I
use it
just
now, Veronica?
Well, I only ask it. I have a policy. I only ask it questions that I believe are hilarious.
Okay, I've got some really funny questions to suggest to you.
Oh my god. Oh, please go on.
Okay.
How many holes did the arrow make in your chest?
Okay, actually, I've got a
That's one
better
of my
question.
favorites.
love
Okay,
her.
how many holes did the people drag survivors to? Great question.
That's not very
Pretty funny. Still talks about
I don't-
holes. It's
I don't
just
think
as
it's funny. That's not the funny part. The
Okay,
part
well.
is the part where they died. That's the hilarious part. It's not
So-
the
Any question that you ask is automatically funny.
What if... What if you ask them... we gotta make it funny, y'all. If you ask them how funny it was to see where the elders were before they died.
Oh yeah. Ask where the elders go to have fun.
Yeah.
So
That would be
she
funny.
said,
The elder party
So-
spot.
she says, you want to ask these corpses? These the ones that first died?
Do you have a better suggestion? It sounds like you do, and I'm ready for you to have your moment.
Well, I'm so glad that you've finally given old Veronica the spotlight. I believe that you should ask perhaps corpses that were killed later.
Oh my gosh, that is such an incredible idea. Lead the way.
Thank you. And she begins to just strut up the boardwalk. Actually, I'm
I'll
gonna say
follow.
she's going this way. And she just begins to strut up, and she looks over at with every corpse that she passes. She gets this like wide, smug smile on her face,
On brand.
and she says, as she's walking, she turns to whoever's closest to her. She's like, "Do you think we'll see one of my comrades amongst these corpses?
Why don't we look for them?
I have some very important questions to ask them."
You lead the way.
Wonderful, I will. And so the six of you and Lullaby make your way up. 𝕃, I'm gonna say that you have gotten to this point like way before everybody else because everyone's kind of asking the dead questions.
The tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
okay,
you get
okay.
up to the tree. 𝕃, you hear. So yeah, I'll say that you get up to the tree, and 𝕃, you see inside. It looks like it's not a huge space. You see several corpses,
Okay.
and they are surrounded by shattered masks. These corpses are not slashed. They are not cut by things. It looks as though they have these big burning chunks taken out of them.
Are we all there? We're not
No,
there yet,
I'm
right?
Yeah,
I'm
not yet,
sneaking
not yet.
ahead.
𝕃, so I'm gonna also say that you're on the outside of this
Yeah.
area, looking in. Is there anything that you'd like to do before you see that your companions are catching up?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to, I guess, not investigate, but maybe just like perceive anything moving,
Okay,
hear
yeah.
anything, just like
Great.
from like as quiet as I can. Like,
Mhm,
what do
mhm,
I hear,
mhm.
see, smell, any of them?
Yeah. All right, roll me a perception.
Cool.
All right, 18. Yeah, damn. So you notice that there isn't anything moving. It looks as though these corpses, these bodies are lined up perfectly. There's 4 of them, and they all have these looks of like pain on their face. Well, I guess not anymore. They're blank.
Jeez.
But it looks as though whatever killed them was not one of these mask creatures.
Yeah, like they have like
it
bite
looks-
chunks out of them, not slashes,
They have,
right?
You're not sure if it's bite marks, but you
Okay.
do see there are chunks missing from them, and you notice that the blood splatter behind them, it looks more traumatic than cuts.
Gross. Do I see
Yep.
any pattern or anything? Like, does this look sacrificial?
It does not. It looks. So you have a quick memory of this time that one of your party on the streets was swindled, and swindled particularly bad, to the point where it wasn't just money that was taken; it was personal effects, and so when your friends caught up to the swindler, one of them, actually it was Lucky Corey, beat the absolute shit out of the swindler, and it was filled with rage. This looks similar.
Damn.
At this point, the party is caught up.
Okay.
Diedrich, you hear, I think that these corpses will do very well.
I guess I'm
That's
not hidden anymore.
Oh, hello, Diedrich.
Diedrich turns to the party. This seems motivated, passionate. I mean, the rest of them have slashes and the masks, but these bodies were not killed by the masks. And I don't know, you guys, I've seen some shit, and this looks like somebody was mad. This is a crime of passion.
Veronica peeks in, and she says, Vain pain met his bane, and with a mask he's cleft in twain. Ah, I've still got it, Veronica. You're so bad.
What
And
did you say about vein pain?
Veronica, what do you know about this?
she looks inside. She points and she says, These 4 were my companions.
Oh, okay. Rip the rest of us, am I right?
Yeah, what the? Whoa. Holy.
Damn. I really wanted to see Tyler play Ari. That sucks.
Well, you still... See, the thing is, you have Speak with the Dead.
We do have Speak
So-
with the Dead.
Veronica, who did you want to talk to?
Quick,
So
who's the funniest accent?
Who's the funniest accent? Well, I suppose all of them do, darling. But, I'm sure that they each have valuable information. So, what would you like to know?
Oh no. Chat just redeemed NPC that only sings opera, Tyler.
Well, I suppose one of them started taking voice lessons in the past 500 years.
No. Oh no.
I need Vein Pain Opera. We gotta
I
we gotta
know.
get him up.
Okay.
Holy
Great.
shit. Okay. Well, just at any of them, ask them, wake them up.
All right. So she says, "Who are we doing first?"
So can you describe the body, like the people for us for
So-
chat again?
That's fine. So
Definitely
I
not for me
will-
because I don't remember, but for
Oh
chat.
my god.
So
my
I
God.
will pull up the images and make them
Okay.
big.
Okay.
So we have 1. We have
Oh
2.
god, I do remember Vein Pain.
The smug bitch
Yeah.
Olympics.
We have 3,
Oh
A
god,
cowboy,
yes.
baby.
and we have 4.
That was the one shot where we all turned our lights red in our room.
Yeah. These are all evil characters.
Yep.
I love that
Um,
every episode is Sunday finding out things that we already did.
You guys remember when we
But
did
also,
this?
Sunday brings up the most obscure things that only she remembers from editing.
From
So-
editing, yeah, it's a very like specific
or miss.
niche way to like listen to our content. All right,
Rail or
Sorry.
not rail?
rail or
That
not
is
rail,
the
Miss
question.
foreskin.
My God. All right.
Foreskin.
So, who you talking to first? Veronica. So she says, "My spells work differently than his spells," and she points to Cove. She says, "When I raise the dead, everyone can ask questions. So be very careful about how you phrase your words when we raise them, because I can only raise them once each.
I mean, we get 4 questions, right?
You get 5 questions. Okay.
okay.
See, that would have been a bad question.
Should we wait? Should we come up with questions first?
Yeah, maybe.
It's a good
Yes,
idea.
absolutely. Please.
Who
All
did
right,
this
hold
to
off,
you?
Hag. We're gonna figure some stuff out.
Who did this to you?
Oh God, not this.
I was
Okay, I
like,
think-
what are you
I
doing?
was
Why
like,
are you playing the
please,
lullaby?
that's my cry song,
Holy
Tyler.
shit. Oh,
Okay.
it scared me.
So, what
You-
information do we need to get?
Who did this
Like,
to
what-
you? Who killed you?
Yeah, we should see if they recognize who or what did this.
I still think Y is a really good.
Yeah. Why
If they knew the motive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
did they kill you? How did they kill you?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
they
'cause
have
it
like
doesn't matter how
chunks
they
of
make
kill
their.
much of a difference.
I don't know,
guess.
man. It might for our future fight. Like if we know something. All right, so who and why?
If did any? I think like if anyone survived or was taken
Yeah.
or something.
Are there any survivors?
I think if we want to know like how to not get affected by it, we ask like, how would you have not died?
What would you have done
Such
different?
a rude question.
Yeah, like what
I
could
love
what could
that
have
question.
We're
We
actually
must
let's
ask
all
that.
just
Absolutely
sit
must ask that
down
question.
for
See, it's
a
a
little.
It's a funny question.
That's a hilarious
Veronica's
question.
gonna love it.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Hardtack, I don't think you want Veronica on your side in these scenarios.
She's the one raising the dead. I don't know these people. She should get some enjoyment from seeing that they're dead. She already
Oh,
thinks
darling, would that I could raise the dead. I'm only asking.
Okay,
questions.
let's raise the first one, ask these 3, because then we might actually have different
We have
questions.
4, right? Questions.
I only have 3
Five.
written down. What was the 4th? Who, why,
have-
are there any survivors? What was the 4th?
And-
What would you have done different?
What would you have done different? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do
And
that.
after I
Let's do
can
those
review.
because I think that like our questions might change based off of the answers for the next one. So can we go ahead and raise the first one and ask these?
There's a chance that the answers are gonna be a little cryptic.
That's fair, but we might be able to come up with better questions,
help.
right? Yeah.
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 Okay, so Juniper, you ask the questions. Everyone else shut the hell up.
Why am I asking questions?
You don't have to. I can do it.
You
Do you
can-
trust-
do not
do you
have
trust
the
Diedrich?
best- No. Sorry.
Okay.
I
Hard-
just was saying,
Hardtack, you
I don't
ask the
have the
question.
best. I'm not the best with words. I think we should choose who's good with words,
I think that's Cove.
which I think is hardtack or
Oh.
cove,
Okay. Yeah, either one.
right?
Rock,
If no
paper,
one else
scissors.
feels comfortable, I'll do it. But I
I
don't
can-
know that I'm the best bet.
I'll
I
also
can
do it. I mean, I
interview
wrote
the
it
dead
down.
people.
All right.
I've always wanted to do this before, but you
All
have
right,
to
let's
go
do
to
it.
Davy Jones' locker first.
All right,
Oh,
Veronica,
Davy
raise the first
Jones,
one.
That hack.
I can try
know.
to.
Oh
If
my
you
God.
forget, I have them written down. I can show you my notes.
Yeah,
I
show
wrote
me
them
the
down.
notes.
Okay.
Who am I raising first?
Ariel? Is that her name?
Huh?
What was Juniper's, or what was Bella's character's
So
name?
I thought we
there's
were doing.
Gray.
Gray.
There's Vane Payne. There's Casey the Dust Devil, and there's Ari.
Let's do Gray first.
All right. So Veronica, she reaches forward, and as she does, her hand turns that skeletal again, and she begins to chant as her eyes turn jet black. Her hair becomes withered, and she grows these large horns out of her head, and these tendrils of black energy seep into Gray's body, and it twitches and convulses, and the
Oh.
eyes open, and the mouth opens. And she says, "Ask away, darling."
Who or what killed you?
So Gray, her head just like snaps toward Hardtack,
Oof, creepy.
and she says, "Chare."
Oh no.
I guess
Hardtack
we
like
should've-
turns to the group. He's like, I guess we kind of expected that.
Yeah, we
It's
should have
good to know
thought
for
that was the
sure."
answer.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's what this whole thing's been about.
Ask the second one.
What was Chare's motive for killing you?
Revenge for his child.
Next.
Where are any survivors?
So, she says, "I did not see any survivors."
How could you have prevented your own death?
It's not a bad question.
So Veronica starts like giggling, and
I wrote it differently in my notes.
Gray says, "Not taking the job in the first place."
Oh dear.
Oh.
I'd assume there's no way to not get attacked.
We
Any
still have
other
one-
questions? We get one more question.
Yeah, can you no, we can't because we can ask Veronica that. Never mind.
Can I? Should I
Um,
just? Oh,
Can I just ask everyone before we ask this thing?
I think that if we say it out loud, they're gonna interpret it as a question.
Okay. If that's yes.
Just do it, Cove.
Well, no. I have ideas in my brain.
But we have one more question before we get to regroup. So just someone ask it.
So Cove, you can talk telepathically to
Right,
everybody.
that's what I was looking at.
Oh!
That's why I'm like, I don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah, so if you mind speak it to people, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna communicate to the party through Thinky Think, which
Yep.
I don't know if I've done that with everyone. So like,
You
yeah,
have-
you've done.
you
You've done.
have.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've done it with us.
Yeah,
I thought so.
but Juniper didn't believe that it was you.
Oh,
and
that's
I
right.
kept going on.
We should figure out if he might come back.
Telepathically, Dietrich says, "Ask him
You
if."
can't.
Oh.
I don't think you can.
No, it's
respond.
one way communication.
Okay, Dietrich just nods then.
Can Hardtack like write on something? He's
Sure.
got like the
Yeah.
extra notes from.
Yeah.
I gave you
Yeah.
my notebook.
Yes.
Flip through it.
Hardtack writes like, where is Chare going? Question mark.
That's good.
Good one. Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
So while you're all
I just want to be clear, by the way. When I communicated with everyone, I didn't include Veronica. I don't like her.
yeah. No, that's fine. While all this is happening, Veronica has been like, you know the meme of the kid who's sitting at a desk and his veins are popping out because he's trying to... Veronica has been looking like that, and as soon as silence has fallen, she just like leans over to Gray and she's like, "How does it feel to know that you suck?" And
Oh, come on.
and Gray is like, "Pretty bad," and just like falls, and she's like, "Veronica,
You shut up again.
Veronica." She says,
Okay,
"I'm
we
sorry
didn't
you were
mean- I'm
taking
sorry.
too long, and you all just started looking at each other."
Can I hit her? I just want to hit her.
Okay,
I wouldn't.
where is Chare going? Is our next question.
Wait. Do we need to ask more questions? Do we need to keep
Yes,
doing this? It's like
absolutely.
kind of horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I want to know
but-
more
well,
things.
But I
If
don't.
you want.
I don't know what other information we can even get out of them.
Where's Chare going was a great question. Like honestly, I want to know more about. Teacher turns to Veronica. Veronica, what was the job you were hired to do?
We were hired to track down an artifact that had been stolen from Oberon's palace.
Right.
We didn't realize, of course, that the artifact was indeed powering a life.
It was powering Chare's son or child.
Yes. Ostensibly his son.
What? If can his son be restored?
You know, I hadn't thought about that. I suppose it's possible.
Do you
Why
know
would
who?
we do that?
Do you know who? Because Chari's a fucking maniac, and then we could have
So
leverage
we
over
would
him.
give him what he wants?
No, but we could have leverage over him. What was the artifact?
The artifact. So I wasn't entirely sure. They called it. They called it the. I don't know. I don't know the name of it, but I know that it was a very powerful source of magic that Oberon kept very close to him in his vault.
Is Chari his vault? It's not a wand, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. It was more of a. It was orb shaped. Some
Okay.
golden
Seed?
orb. It's possible.
What did you say?
A seed?
Tell me more about it.
About the orb?
Yeah.
Tell me everything that you know about it.
Well, it was glowing, it was golden, it was spherical, and then evidently when implanted into a simulacra or a body of some kind, it brought it to life and imbued it with unimaginable power. We were told that whoever had stolen it was going to use it as some kind of doomsday weapon, but evidently it was just used to create life, which personally I believe is a complete waste of a good doomsday weapon.
So somebody stole it and tried to use it as a doomsday device, but Chari got to it first and used it to.
Dare is the one who stole it,
Oh,
and he used it to create life.
to create to power his son or his
Yes.
child.
Was
I
the
don't know.
child supposed to be the doomsday device?
I'm not sure. I never got to ask. I didn't really care. I just wanted to kill. But
Does the orb sound familiar to anyone here?
whoever wants to can roll me an Arcana.
Okay,
I feel like it's Juniper, right? Because like we're
Juniper,
straight up trying
yeah.
to decide if this is the fucking Elder Seed right now, right?
All right. So an 11. So with an 11
You got a hero
and a
point.
16, yeah. I'll say that like you have advantage on this because people are helping you. So combining the arcane knowledge between Cove and Hardtack and Juniper, what exactly are you trying to
Is it the
figure out?
Elder
Just,
Seed?
like general knowledge, or is
Sorry,
it the
what?
Elder Seed? Like what are you trying to figure out?
Do we
about
know what this is?
Have
Like,
any of us?
It
see-
sounds
yeah, have
like
anyone
heard
else
of it?
seen it?
it sounds familiar. It doesn't sound like it is the Elder Seed,
Okay.
but Juniper, this sounds a lot like
Mm-hmm.
top tier druidic magic that you have heard about from Melchior and
Mhm.
from the other leader of your clan.
Would I know
Wait,
anything about
so-
it? For like reading books?
Reading books. You've heard. This is basically like this is the knowledge that all of you are concluding from like your pooled knowledge. You're concluding that this is whatever this is. It's possible that it's like top tier druidic magic, maybe mixed in with a little divine. Looks like a combination of different things that's been put into this artifact.
Diedrich turns to Veronica again. What is this just something from Oberon's like library or vault? Like it's not. Is it important to Oberon himself?
I didn't take many of the case files, if I'm being honest. I believe that any of my companions might have more answers. Former
Okay.
companions. They're dead.
All right.
You don't say.
Is
do you think
the
is our best bet?
artifact important to Oberon? Or I should just say, is the artifact, or why is the artifact important to Oberon? And if the answer is it's not, then it's not, right? And then where is Chari going? Are the two that we have so
Cool.
far, right?
Yeah, and I guess we can work off of that, right?
Yeah. All right. Give us Vein Pain, I guess.
Very well.
And
One
make 'em
vein
sing.
pain coming up.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
The tendrils come in. Vane like stands up and takes in a deep singer's breath, as though he's ready
God.
to sing something.
Oh,
What's your
no.
question?
Where is Chare going?
All right, 1 second.
If you sing
mean-
in Italian and we can't understand it.
I will. I am going to sing in Italian.
Oh
but,
no!
But I will.
You'll translate. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. My little tiny pea brain can't handle that right now.
So yeah, you ask where is Chare going, and it's like
Yes.
Chare sta andando al palazzo di Oberon, and he, which translates to Chare is going to Oberon's palace.
Okay. Why is the artifact important to Oberon?
Oberon ha usato il manufatto per plasmare la 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓 which is Oberon used the artifact to shape the Feywild.
Oh shit!
Okay, so this is a very
So it's
powerful, very
literally-
important thing.
Yeah. Okay. Holy fuck.
Should
Don't ask a question unless it's in your head.
I'm gonna telepathically
Yeah.
to everyone.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask. Should we ask if they know how to get there?
Yeah, I think we should.
Or
Or
need some
ask.
directions.
Ask. Oh, well, I can't say it. I can't say anything. I just nod. Can I
I
write
just
it
need
down?
like, if you
But
you could just
Dietrich goes
shake
over to
your
the
heads,
notepad.
or-
No, Dietrich goes over to the notepad and writes down. Ask if we can get how we get into Oberon's palace safely.
Okay.
So you're asking how to. What?
Yeah.
What exactly are you asking?
How do we get to? Is it get to or get in?
We need to
Nope.
get there first.
Yeah. How do we get to Oberon's palace?
Oh, okay. So how do you get to Oberon's palace?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 sec. Boop, boop, boop. Did you know that rainbows in this world are actually portals to other worlds?
same as here.
Same as here. That's very
Happy
true.
Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Rainbows are amazing. You asked how to get to Oberon's palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Seguire il sole del mattino, which is follow the morning sun.
Okay.
So east.
Yeah, so east, right?
Yeah.
My
We
little
don't necessarily know though, because it's the Feywild. It might be different. Is it different in the Feywild, Tyler?
It
we-
seems about the same.
We can.
I
look at
have
it, though.
another question that's about Oberon's palace. But only if it's okay with you guys.
we've still got 2 questions. So
We
right
have
up to
2
the gr-
questions. We have 2 more corpses, darling.
Oh god.
How do we get into Oberon's palace safely?
Lo segreto che Chare ha usato la prima volta per intruffolarsi. Which is, there is a secret passage that Chare used the first time to sneak in. Thank you.
That was hot.
Gotta get that throat coat.
Yeah.
You're singing.
It's pasta.
Oh.
Same thing.
You gotta
Very
get that
well.
throat
Throat
coat.
coat.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a secret passage that Chare used the first time to sneak in.
How can we find that? That was question 5, right? So they're dead.
This
I think
is
that was
question 5.
4.
This will be
Yeah, we have-
question 5.
We're
How
going to question
do
5.
we find?
Noi quattro.
Oh,
and then he-
god damn it!
and then he-
Come on! I was asking you, Tyler.
Get the next one up.
Do we need more?
Yeah,
feel like
I want to know where the
it-
passage
We
is,
have more
yo.
question. Okay, can Juniper say I can't keep watching this and step outside,
Okay.
but not too far away?
Mhm.
Okay, thanks. And
Yeah.
then come to me or continue this, whatever you prefer.
I think
How do
for
we
the
get?
sake-
How do we
Like
find
follows
this?
you.
How do we find the secret passage?
Okay. Just how do you find the secret passage? Is that what we're
yeah,
going
that's
to ask?
yeah.
How do you find the secret passage at Oberon's palace that charé used?
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah,
specific
yeah,
with it.
yeah, yeah.
Wonderful. Bam, you're alive again. And I'm gonna say Ari. Let's
Yep.
have Ari come up. So Ari springs to life. Doesn't look as dead as everyone else. For some reason, he just looks like he springs to life, and then he just kind of like
He makes dead look cool.
he settles down, and he just like he's resting his hand on his chin, and he's like just smirking. He gives an up nod to dey'dric. And he gives a wink to Hardtack, and he blows a kiss to Cove. And he slowly brushes his hair back and looks at Raven. And
I'm gonna look at dey'dric and just say, ask the questions quick. I don't like this one.
How do we find the secret passage in Oberon's palace?
You get a little distracted there, buddy.
A little flustered.
The horny meter.
I'm not here. I'm not in the room.
The
Sorry.
horny meter's gone up. I'm sorry. In Oberon's palace that Charé used.
so Ari leans forward, and he like crooks a finger
Oh God.
towards you, dey'dric.
Yeah. dey'dric gets
And
closer.
You lean forward, and he says, "You need to ask the right questions to the right fae at the right time. You need just the best timing."
Tyler, you have to fucking stop.
I am bricked up right now.
No! Testy, please!
Stop.
Sunday's taking a
Nice
nap.
pacing.
Holy shit!
You can't keep getting away with this.
Oh my god! It's always a flirty episode around here. Holy crap.
That's how I didn't make the. Okay, all right. I'm gonna say, I
You
didn't.
did! It is so
Ariel
your
made this
fault!
character
My
like
fault.
this. This is how Ariel made the character.
I did.
And just
Oh,
as how I'm
God.
playing Veronica, the way that I'm playing Veronica,
Oh my
this is
God.
I have to be true to the character.
Oh, you
Yeah,
named
you
a
know
guy
Bane Payne always
Jameson
off
Silver
brand.
Tongue. Like, you can't. Like, I'm sorry, but you're a part of this now.
All right. Veronica, she says, "We have 4 more questions, darling."
Oh my god. Can't focus.
Who do we need to ask the questions to?
Yeah.
There are 2 guardians in front of the secret passageway. They're gonna look like statues at first,
Oh
but
god. What only tells lies.
you
Sorry.
animate them by approaching. And then they'll ask you all the right things.
I think I'm gonna. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna telepathically message to dey'dric and basically everyone that's still over here. I think we have enough information.
Well, okay, that's fair.
We know where we need to go.
Well,
we know where we need to talk to people.
So Ari,
Can the
Ari says-
artifact be
good.
returned?
Yeah, of course it can. Once we take something, we can put it right back.
Beat this man. I'm gonna beat him.
Who has the artifact now?
It's back where it belongs, safe in Oberon's vault.
Okay, so
Ask me what else I'm thinking, and then he.
So Charé is going after it again. He stole it once and he could steal it again. It is safe right now. We're going to stop him and we're going to use the secret passage. And dey'dric claps his hands. Let's go.
Is that what we're doing? All right. Well, I tell you what. I think I'm
Juniper!
probably
Okay, really quick, but while that was happening, can we do a while that was happening?
absolutely Juniper. You and Lullaby are hanging out outside.
Sick. Okay. Okay. I don't totally understand the physics of this, and no one else knows that he's potentially around somewhere. But can I tell if like Melchior's around? like
You
adjacent?
can sense him. I'm gonna say that because of the bracelets, you can sense his presence.
Okay, and
and
is
he's
he
close.
is he present?
Oh, he's close. Yeah.
Okay, sick. I want to
You look
just
in a
make
tree, you
sure.
see he's perched.
Okay, I want to
Oh,
make
he's
sure that like no
perched.
one can hear or see me.
Yeah.
And then I want to say, why didn't you tell me that? Why didn't you mention that? That like oh god, my brain. That like we might have known something. There's some connection between us and Chari's sun orb thingy. Do you get what I'm trying to ask?
You want to like walk further? Like you're
Yes.
far away from.
Yeah, I want to
my
be
God.
far enough
The
away that I
pasta.
can.
The
It's the
throat
pasta.
coat pasta.
Oh,
It's the
God.
pasta. It's doing the
But
opposite. All right,
no,
so
I don't want anyone else to hear this.
that's fine. That's fine. It's just
I
you
don't
and
know.
Lullaby, and
Yeah,
Melchior.
lullaby.
Yeah,
you won't
Melchior
tell.
lands, and you ask, why? What exactly are you asking?
My question is like when we were finding out more about this orb thing that was what Chara used for his like son. It's like druidic and like adjacent to like why Melchior should have known about it, right? Like why didn't he say that there's a connection?
So, you ask why he didn't say there was a connection
Yeah.
to him. All right, he says, Juniper, we draw our power from artifacts like that. That's where all druid magic comes from. It comes from the Feywild. We're able to tap into it, and we can see into the ley lines. An artifact like that, I had heard legends growing up that the Feywild was shaped by Oberon, but we had not known that there was an artifact that it directly came from. This actually changes much of what I had thought.
How could you not know this? How could we not know this?
I had thought that we were just the will of nature, that we were chosen by nature to inherit these powers. But I was not aware that it came so directly from the Fae. But if that is the case, then Juniper, this is even more important. If druidic magic directly connects to this artifact, then only us, only we, can change it, can do something about it. I have a feeling that, well, if I'm being honest, you are the stronger of the two of us. You will need to make contact with this device if you are to use it. But I worry that the power will rip you apart.
Use it.
Juniper, it creates life. Do you understand?
No.
The ability to bring back the dead. The ability not as a walking corpse like this abomination inside of that tree. I'm talking about true resurrection. The things that you only hear of in stories. That gods can do. Juniper, I believe that if you use this orb, this artifact of legendary power, you very well may be able to bring back our clan.
I can't keep talking about this.
Holy shit.
You did notice that Lullaby is next to you, and he's like, his hackles are up, and he's just like, he's baring his teeth at Melchior, and he's like interposed himself between you and Melchior. Melchior looks down at Lullaby, looks back at you, and he grimly nods, and he turns back into an owl and flies away. At this point, the rest of you exit the tree hole.
Ooh.
I will just be casually giving Lullaby scratches.
Oh yeah, he's for sure, like, because he's told you where
Mm-hmm.
on the back of his neck he
Mhm.
likes, and so yeah, so he's doing like a little thump. And you go back to the ladder. Are you getting back on the ship?
We have to, right?
On
We have
the
to join to
Freebird?
the-
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Veronica, she says, well, I suppose we don't really have much of an option then, don't we?
No, we do not.
And she says, I believe that this may be goodbye. I will
What?
probably leave after this. After we're done with this. Our business is concluded, is what I am saying. I have no desire to go near Oberon's palace, nor do I believe that 𝕊𝖊 is going to be coming after me, because it seems that he's already on his way there. So,
You're confident that you're not going to end up like your companions?
I'm not. But I'm willing to... And she pauses. Before you, you all see that there is a thin line of azure light. And it's floating before you, and it winds its way vertically down to the ground. Bubbles begin to form along the line, popping and splashing water. The smell of kelp and salt saturates the air. The ray of light widens, sending out jets of seawater, and as the light opens to form a large portal, a column of water surges forth. Stepping through is a 10-foot tall woman. Her skin is as blue as the afternoon sky, and sunken treasures are woven into her white flowing hair. A diadem of pink and red coral adorns her head. She turns slowly to regard you all. Fear not, mortals. My purpose here is not violence. I am 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓 of the fourth citadel of Pearl. Her eyes narrow on Cove. Many years have you been kept from me, but the borders of the worlds are not what they once were. And so the time has come, my son, for you to come back with me. It is time for you to come home.
49 cents is like the worst amount of change other than 99 cents because you get like one of every type of coin. You watch the pennies, the dollars take care of themselves.